Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Cody with Blood Money MMA Bets, and I'm back, and I'm here with a great guest, johnnyKpicks. What's up, Johnny?
What's going on, man?
Not much, not much. Just ready to go over this nice UFC Vegas 50 card. I see on Instagram, on your Instagram, you got a lot of bets on this one.
Yep. I got a couple more. I did yesterday. I think I did one today. I'll probably put it on Instagram tomorrow. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting card to say the least.
Tough, kind of.
Tough, tricky, tougher bets, but there's some good spots though.
Yeah. I think and then with the lines moving up and down every day, like favorites becoming underdogs and all that, it kind of can even affect your bet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think everybody doesn't really know which side to go on, so that's why it's moving so much, which is cool because normally, like lately, it's been really big, heavy favorites, so no one is like the line's barely moving one way or another. But now you see like lines are flipping.
Yeah,
there's at least 3 lines I think flipped already, or 2 at least.
Yeah, and I mean some are even headed that way, like the Dober line. A whole bunch of them. I even seen Jillian Robertson line. That's dropping a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's gonna be a excellent card, but just a lot of close fights. Like you said, all the chalky. Like I would say, like the last 4 cards. It seems like if there's 13 fights, like 9 of them are big favorites. So
yeah, and there's only like a couple underdogs you might want to back, but I mean, this is a card where a lot of people might have a lot of picks wrong and a lot of picks right. So
right.
I was gonna say right now, just don't judge any of the cappers here. It might be a bad week for some of us. So
right. It's especially like you said, man, throughout the week I've just heard everybody has all different picks like on all the different fights.
Yeah, and like you can make a debate. Like it's not because like they're wrong or like no, it's like because you can see one side or the other. It's right. It's crazy, man.
Either people's gonna make a lot of money or the books are gonna make a lot of money. We need the people to make a lot of money this week for sure.
Exactly. That's why we're here.
Yeah. What's up, Mike? Man, thanks for joining us, bro. He's good. Dude, that's one of the funniest guys I know, man. He's on Lay UFC Gambling Addicts Discord with us, and man, dude, he's hilarious. Yeah, but so I wrote down like 3 really good fights that I was looking at. I mean, we're gonna go over them all, but the Thiago Santos Magomed Ankalaev is gonna be pretty good.
Oh yeah, gonna be good.
Lines are just crazy on it. Bruno Silva, Alex Pereira.
That's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be fireworks for when it starts, and then however long it lasts, man.
Right, and we're gonna have a for sure giant prospect when that one's done. We're gonna know the truth about someone, or maybe both of them. Maybe it's just a 3-round war. You know,
dude, if it goes to decision, I will be shocked.
I'd be completely shocked.
I would never expect that one to go.
Both them dudes hit way too hard for that.
Yeah, I know. And I think they're game for it too. They're like, I'm going out on my badge, man. I don't even care if I get knocked out, but someone's getting knocked out here. Yeah,
and then Drew Dober versus T-Rex. That's gonna be a real good fight too.
T-Rex is my guy, Chicago. Let's go.
Yeah. Hey, you had him last time. You backed him. I took Ziam. I don't think I'm gonna do that no more. I'm definitely back Ziam, but yeah, man, it's tough to know what to make of him just because he's just finished his stuff so quick and in different ways. So it's like, is he the greatest fighter ever, or what's going on here?
He's got the hot hand right now, man. Like he's finishing within like 2 minutes, and you can't really like see how good he is. And like this, and his last fight, that was the first fight that you actually got to see his wrestling because you didn't see any of his wrestling except maybe in the Contender Series. But I think he got knocked out then. But I mean, 16 or a 7-second knockout, and he looked amazing. So it's like you can't really tell how he's going to be in the later rounds yet.
They say he's an Olympic hopeful wrestler, and then he went to MMA. Yeah, so he's. Okay. I mean, dude, in that. I mean, we'll probably get into it more later, but in that Ziam fight, I mean, he really. He fell down from a leg kick, and Ziam just tried to like grab him for 1 second, dude, and he just reversed it. So he's good. I want to say what's up to Devin. Devin's here. So what's going on, brothers? Can't wait for the weekend. Everyone's
going with those parlays, Devin.
Yeah, dude, Devin hits, man. He knows his stuff for sure, man, dude. And I see him because he's like, he goes around to all the cappers and plus he knows his stuff and then getting everybody's opinion and dude, every week putting out good parlays, man. But yeah, we're gonna get into this, man. It's like I said, I feel like I'm gonna make some money this weekend. We feel like me and you both been winning. I've won 3 out of 4 weeks, and you've won like 3 in a row.
Yeah, I think 3 in a row. Yeah, I think I lost. So 3 out of 4. Same with you.
Yeah, and I mean that's good, dude. When you're going 3 out of 4 like that,
I'll take it. I'll take plus a half a unit. That's totally cool, man.
That's as long as you're getting some. Yep. See, and it sucks because, man, for me, because I don't do too many of the parlays, so it's hard. Even if I go like 7-1, I might only win like 700 or 7.8 units or something, which is a lot. And I'm not saying it happens all the time, but like I want to play more parlays because I see people hitting like 13 or 14 units. I'm like, I want that.
You just got to be careful. You have to. I mean, people just get lucky. Like anything more than like people hitting like 5, 6, 7, 8 leg parlays, like it's luck. Like, yeah, you know, they might think that all this will hit, but like, let's be honest, like what's the odds? Like it's 1,300 or more.
Right.
I mean, they're going to hit every now and then, but the smart parlays are the smart ones. I think that we do a
just
lot.
Like two to three
fighters. Cause like anything could happen. Like, I don't want to get into this because I can talk about it for hours, but the judges are awful, man. Like it sucks. And like,
every fight that goes to the judges, like you like, all right, it's you know what it seems like to me, to be honest, is it basically seems like whoever wins the 3rd round in any type of close fight at all just wins the fight because
exactly.
But I don't know. I mean, except in that Ultima Reina fight. What's up, Alexi? Let's cash these bets this weekend. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, well, we'll get into it. Fight number 1, like I said, mine might be out of order a little bit because I'll write them down like 2 weeks in advance, Tapology. But
do you want me to let you know which ones are?
It's Sabine. I got Sabina Mazzo, Miranda Maverick first. If you just
whatever you want to do, that's fine. I was gonna say I can go off Tapology and let you know which ones to do.
Yeah, I'll just go in order so I don't forget one. But so the fight number 1 that I have wrote down is Sabina Mazzo versus Miranda Maverick. You want to start this one off?
Yeah. So this one is pretty much going to be like a cut and dry for me. I do think Miranda Maverick is the better fighter overall, but if this fight stays standing, I think Mazzo has a real shot here. And like I just said, like with the judges, you don't know how this is going to happen because I do think this fight is going to go to decision. So anything can happen. But if this fight does go to the mat, it's Maverick all day. Like she's the better grappler. I think she could potentially get a submission, but I think she's going to just pretty much stay in top control. And like I said, I don't see a submission. Miranda's going to be the better fighter. She can hold her own on the feet, but I just think Mazzo can, with the big reach advantage and her height advantage as well, like it's going to be tough for Miranda to get in. So that's why she needs to go for takedowns and get this fight to the ground immediately, because there's been a couple fights where Mazzo was taken down and on her back, and she kind of just accepts being there, and she's more in like defense, and she's like she just doesn't want to get submitted, and she'll stay there the whole round. So if Maverick can get her on the ground and just stay active, she's going to win this clearly, but she needs to get this fight to the ground because if she doesn't, it's going to be dicey. So I have Maverick. I think she's going to win by decision. I actually have a bet that this fight will go over 2.5 rounds. And I think I got that at like -280. So that's like that bet is even better than placing it just on Maverick. So you'll get better odds. I think Maverick is like -310, 320, something like that right now. So yeah, like I said, I got Maverick by decision. I think she should win pretty convincingly, but if it's on the feet, man, it's going to be close.
Right. Yeah. I'm with you. Miranda Maverick just needs to use that good fight IQ so that she does take it to the ground, because like Miranda Maverick's fight with Macy Barber, she was the first 2 rounds, she was not ragdolling around, but she was winning every clinch exchange. She was getting the takedowns and all that. And I think Macy Barber would definitely ragdoll Sabina Mazzo. Like you said, they're both pretty good standing up. It's just that Mazzo, she's just like so long and she's just super slow, man.
That's the thing.
Mike says she's hosing that fight. And
dude, don't bring that fight up, please, Mike.
That's PTSD for Johnny. Johnny has it's just like terrible.
It's like top 2 robberies of 2021. It's in the back of my mind forever.
Yeah. Like that, and just these bad decisions, man, it's terrible because it makes you doubt every fight. And then like what I need to start doing is like just not betting any of the close fights, like that Victor Altamirano fight. Like I should have known, they both went to split decision their fight before. The next one was probably gonna, and then when it comes to that, you cannot put it in the hands of these judges. I don't know what they need to do. They need to just have ex-fighters in there, and as judges. And then
my issue is like there was one night a couple weeks ago, maybe, I don't remember what card it was, but I think it was the Petrosian Rodriguez fight. Like they rewarded volume strikes over more powerful strikes in my eyes. And I'm like, cool, that's totally fine. It was a close fight. I don't care. Like it wasn't a robbery or anything. But then you go to the Cachoeira Kim fight and Kim landed way more volume and good strikes too. I'm like, not to say that she wasn't landing anything, but and then Cachoeira was just outstruck 2-1. And it's like the Cachoeira, and you're like, "What is going on? You're changing."
You win that last round. It seems like. What's up? Devin Brown's here. What's up, Josh Stradamus, man? What's up, brother? Nick Alexander's here.
Dirty Reg.
Yeah, Dirty Reg. Yep, judging would never be perfect. We need open scoring. They need to just show us after every round what it is. So then, you know what I mean?
If you do open scoring with the betting, you can't do live bets. So that's the only thing.
Oh. I mean, maybe they just have to make the odds like crazy. Well, you could bet in the round. It's just like the after the round stuff.
But after round 1, they would have to shut it down. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Because you would know who wins every round, and it's like, you're giving them a huge advantage. So I can see it till like if you want to do it that way, like they would shut off live betting after round 1, or right before, like maybe a minute before, something like that.
And start. You could restart it like 10 seconds into round 2 or 3. I mean, something they'll have to figure, because man, I think that would help it out. And
open betting would be nice, but like I just think betting is the biggest drawback, because I'm sure none of the betting sites are gonna be like, no, there's no way.
One other thing in this fight is Sabina Mazzo is going to have 4 inches of height and 4.5 inches of reach. So that's But like you said, that doesn't help if she's on her back. So
exactly, that's why I said Maverick needs to get this fight to the mat. She can hold her own on the feet though, but it's going to be close though.
Make it as easy as you can on yourself. Take her to the mat
for the easy win, and I know she can do it. We've seen her do it.
Yeah, because she's strong, and Mazzo's like she was a kickboxer in Colombia and that. So I heard ground game ain't too good, but I think Miranda Maverick should be able to. Miranda Maverick's coming in on short notice too, but like a couple weeks. But she said that she stays ready.
She's fine. I like because she came in on short notice against was it Erin Blanchfield? Did she come in short notice on that one?
I could be wrong. I almost feel like Blanchfield did.
Oh, okay.
Dude, she beasted her Blanchfield.
Did. But Blanchfield's just a better version of her almost. Like they're almost identical, but Blanchfield younger and better. And I bet Maverick on that one too, and I totally regret it.
I couldn't believe it. Nick said, "What's up, legends?" Yeah, that Malarkey loss. Nick? I was shocked on that. Not that Malarkey lost, but how he lost. It was like just after the war they had in that first round, and then a little baby shot to his chin. It was just like a weird shot, and he took
a lot of clean shots, and then I think he also took a knee that like busted him up in the nose. Yeah, that knee was like flush to the right here, and I think that's what really got him,
rocked him. Yeah, dude, Jalen Turner impressed the shit out of me.
Yeah, 100%.
Travis what's up?
What's up, Travis?
He said, people, but then you'd have one side going nuts trying to get the finish, and the other side's coasting.
That's what I was gonna, because once you have the open scoring and you see round 1 is this way, one side or the other, money's gonna be flooding in. But I mean, it's not. I don't know. It can. I could see it either way, but I think it would be a little bit of a I don't know. I don't want to get too into it.
This is my buddy Josh Stradamus. He does really good stats and stuff. He's got really good charts that he puts like each fighter, and then the stats on significant strikes, all this stuff, and then get a points at the bottom and tell you which one has more points is which one's going to win. And sometimes he'll have one that's supposed to win, and he'll be like, I don't advise betting it, but his charts are really good.
Nice.
Really nice. We all look at them on Lay's Discord.
I like stats, so
yeah. I mean, any extra information on anything that can help you.
It's like baseball. If anybody watches baseball, like analytics and all that stuff, man, a lot of people don't like it, and they're like, "Oh, I'm the old-fashioned people." Like, yeah, but you have to merge, man. You have to know the stats. You need to know like when a baseball player hits to the right field more often than he does left field, or vice versa. Like, but this is MMA. Let's go.
Right. Yeah, I'm with Tino too. What's up, Tino? That these judges need to be
100%.
Because what's the Saudi amount of how like do they not have like a boss or somebody that's like, look, dude, like you've done this 100 times. It's the same judges over and over. It's crazy, man.
He's the worst one. Like, if you ever notice any of his scorecards when he's on it, the other two judges will be on point or right
the other way.
Each other, and
then he's the complete other way,
completely opposite.
Yeah,
it's like, what are you watching, bro? Are you like watching your phone on YouTube or something?
I feel like he has.
And then you just watch the highlights after the rounds.
Right. Yep. Yeah, man. I feel like something needs to change. But like the open scoring I agree, it would change the way people would fight. But it also, like, somebody might try to go slow, and somebody might try to just speed up and go nuts. Like, hey, dude, I'm down 2-0 for sure. Because sometimes you'll see guys go in the corner.
That's true.
And their corner guy would be like, it's 1-1, this and that, and they're clearly down 2. So.
That's a very good point, because then that way the corners will know who's up and who's not. So
right.
I mean, I know you hear it on like when it's live, like, oh, we're down 2. Like, well, that's because you really are, and they're telling you the truth. But
and you got to go for it. Yeah.
But when
that's that's the scariest time though too, when you got the favorite, man, and the dude just coming out throwing bombs and stuff. It makes it tough.
Yep.
Makes it tough.
Yep.
Dirty Reg whooped 2 and then thought he would. Oh yeah. That's what I thought too. I'm with Josh Radamas on betting corruption. Devin's hit his dogs.
I was gonna say, I don't want to call like Vegas is rigging stuff, but man, sometimes you're like, what is going on?
You see Nick said for the Marlon Moraes fight that he's been training in Tiger Muay Thai, which that could turn it around.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that. I don't want to like say anything.
Yeah, I'll go through these last couple real quick, and then we'll get into this next one. But yeah, real quick too, on Miranda Maverick, I have a bet. I had her on a parlay with Drew Dober when he was fighting Rick Glenn, and that Rick Glenn fell off, and so I just got 2.15 units on Miranda Maverick at -270. So it's going to be like 0.85 units or somewhere in there that I'll win from that. You got any bets on Miranda?
Yeah, I just did the over 2.5 in the parlay.
Mm-hmm.
So I did, like I said, and I got that at I think it was like -280 range. So
okay.
If you like Miranda, if you like Maverick right now, and she's at like -310, this fight I think is really going to go to decision. You can get a little bit better juice just doing the over 2.5. It doesn't even matter who wins. So
right, and I mean, like you said, because Sabina can survive on the ground, and then in standing, I mean, somebody put up Sabina lands a lot of significant strikes too.
Yeah,
but like we said, though, hopefully Maverick's smart enough to just take it to the ground.
Sure. Well, and also with Maverick too, in her last fight, she was on her back for the majority of it, so she couldn't land any significant strikes with Aaron Blanchfield on top of her. So
yeah, my good buddy BCS, his name's Eric.
BCS?
He said, awesome guy. He said, betting on 29 to 28 fights is unfortunately betting at your own risk, and it's coin flip at the end. That's
the real gambling, man. We were talking about that a couple live streams ago.
Yeah. All right, let's get into this second fight. Yeah. I have JJ Aldridge versus Jillian Robertson.
Okay.
I started off. I watched a lot of tape on these girls, and like it's tough, like because JJ Aldridge kind of fought real low competition compared to Jillian Robertson. So like JJ Aldridge has looked good in some fights, and has looked bad in others. And I just really think like when I watched JJ Aldridge versus Courtney Casey, like that was a back and forth fight, you know, it went to split decision. I thought JJ had kind of won it like 2-1 pretty easy, but like with decisions. But Jillian Robertson, when she fought Courtney Casey, she just dominated her. And one of my buddies up here, Mike, he put up a picture on the Discord of Jillian Robertson, and she looked like she's in great shape. She says she's training back at ATT and all that. So I really think that she's going to be able to get the takedowns on JJ Aldridge. And when they're standing, it's not like JJ Aldridge is like a killer, like a Nunes or something. Like she's got good boxing, but she doesn't like KO people. So anytime, because Jillian Robertson does have like suspect terrible striking. Like it's not terrible, but she just don't like to get hit, and she's just looking to set up her shots. Yeah. I think she's going to be able to hit him. I really do think she's going to be able to hit him. I don't know if she'll finish JJ, but I think that she'll be able to get all that control time and a lot. She's a great wrestler and a great grappler, and JJ is just really a decent boxer. So
yeah, I mean, like I said last breakdown here with Maverick and Mazzo, like this is the same exact thing almost. So if his fight's going to play out on the feet, it's going to be real close with JJ. Yeah. Because she's the better striker, let's be honest. And if this fight gets to the mat, I mean, it's Jillian all day. Like it's not even close. No. So it just depends on where this fight's going to be played out on. I do think I picked Jillian to win by submission because there's really no other way to pick Jillian except by submission. Let's be honest. Right. And I think she's going to, like you said, I think she's going to be able to get the takedowns. She's not awful at takedowns, but she's not the greatest either. But I don't think JJ has really good takedown defense, really. And I was going to look it up real quick just to, her takedown defense is 68%. And another thing too is she really hasn't fought a lot of good grapplers and or wrestlers in the division. So this is going to be the best grappler she ever faced.
Yeah, she fought
maybe in her career because
she fought Polyana. She fought Polyana Viana, and she's a great grappler. And I think people are going off that, but she has terrible wrestling. She don't have any wrestling. Like if she's like Mackenzie Dern,
so
where she
just like a Mackenzie
either get taken down or she'll pull guard. But I mean, like even Emily Whitmire and them were taking her down. So, but yeah, man, I really that's with JJ's lower competition level and never really fighting one of these grapplers for us to see what she can eat, what she's even going to do. I really do think Jillian Robertson is going to be able to and be able to take her down and control her. She's a beast, and like to me, Jillian Robertson really only gets beat by the top people in the division. Talia Santos, she got beat by Macy Barber, but she couldn't get her down, and that was when Macy Barber before she blew her knee out and stuff. But
she lost to Maverick as well, and Maverick looked really good. In that fight, to be honest. So
yeah. So yeah, man. I seen let's see, Josh Radames, Nick, he's on Aldridge. He really likes Aldridge to box her up, he said.
I mean, if the fight's gonna play out on the feet, I 100% agree because Jillian doesn't have that striking. I mean, she might be able to stay, it's competitive for maybe a round, but yeah,
Josh Radames said 5 out of 13 takedowns landed on Aldridge, and with her competition level, that's good enough for me to know that Jillian because Aldridge comes from a boxing background. And if you watch her fight like Courtney Casey has the worst takedown defense in the history. Like I said, Jillian had like 12 minutes of control on her, and JJ was going life and death with her. So I really do think that Jillian Robertson's gonna win this. And I seen her at first, she was minus 170. And to be honest, like back then I liked her at that, but I didn't want to bet it at that. And it's all the way got down to 130. So I ended up betting her.
I was thinking about doing the prop of sub because if you're gonna bet Jillian to win, she has 7 submissions in her, and out of her 10 wins, she's gonna get a submission. Like that's right. I think the value is with the submission because more times than not, she's gonna win by submission. And if it gets to the ground,
JJ's been submitted twice in her career, once including the Ultimate Fighter. She got submitted by Tatiana Suarez, and she got submitted by someone else. So she got knocked out by Macy Barber. So she can be finished, definitely.
Yeah, and I think, like we said, she hasn't really fought. I mean, she fought Vanessa Demopoulos, but I mean, she's a good grappler, but she's not Jillian. You know what I mean?
Right. And like Josh Radames put up too. Robertson, they both fought. Yeah, yeah, but this is definitely striker grappler match, and I because like she's definitely standing up. JJ Aldridge is gonna win, but the thing is she's not gonna like murder her. You know what I mean? She's got decent straight punching, but as long as Jillian Robertson just ain't throwing crazy.
Yeah.
But
and I don't think she has a lot of power to knock her out either. When Jillian did fight Talia Santos. Now Santos has the power, which is why Jillian was pulling guard and just accepting the back position on the ground, because she's Santos like, no,
savage.
She's crazy, but I don't think JJ is going to be able to knock out Jillian or anything like that. But she will touch her up, though. Yeah, she's got to get the fight to the mat to win this, and if she does, it's going to be a submission. That's what I think. I'm thinking about laying that prop money. I think it's plus 175.
It's not bad.
So that could be one of my late bets.
What's the odds on fight doesn't go to decision? Because then you just in case what's her name boxes her up. Aldridge box.
I could look it up real quick. I think it's fairly close. It's like maybe minus 130 or something like that one way.
Yeah. See, and Mike said, yeah, she's at American Top Team. Name is Savage. She said JJ's a good fighter. Yeah, I just think her ground, she's gonna get taken down. Yeah. We don't really know what her get up games are like because we haven't seen her. I mean, against Courtney Casey,
I haven't seen her taken down.
She landed a couple takedowns, but she hasn't really fought any grapplers, man. Like if you go back and look, besides like Tatiana Suarez, but of course but Tatiana Suarez is a badass. Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. Like I said, I've been watching Jillian Robertson fight for a long time, and to me, she dominates girls like this, like Molly McCain. And I mean, look what she did to Molly McCain. And Molly McCain and JJ Aldridge would be a hell of a scrap. And Jillian Robertson beat the shit. Because not only that, but when Jillian Robertson's on top, she's got good ground and pound. She's got excellent control. Like if she lands one takedown in the first round, I don't think that JJ is getting up. That's what she did to Courtney Casey and every other girl, dude. She gets them down, and they're not getting up. And like you said, probably hit the submission at some point after slow cooking her for a while.
Yep. Yeah. So the over and under, it's 2.5. The under is plus 110, and the over is it's minus 140.
So yeah, that's another thing. Nick was saying, "What's up, eBay? eBay's fight predictions is in here too. Thanks for joining us, brother." Nick was saying, are we factoring it's a short fight camp? And I know it's a short fight camp, but I don't know how short. You know what I mean? And if the picture that Mike put up said, well, she's always in grappling competitions and stuff outside of MMA, so I'm sure
active. Yeah.
Excuse me, guys. But yeah, that's a good point though. I mean, you got to take in every little factor. So hopefully, I mean, I even think I think she came in on short notice against Caceres too.
Well, isn't JJ coming in on short notice? Wasn't Jillian supposed to fight?
No, I got Jillian wrote down as short notice here.
Okay, I thought Jillian was supposed to fight. I could see her face, but I can't think of the name.
Cause I think Caceres would put a beating on JJ Aldridge, like over she would start taking over like Macy Barber did in the second round, and be able to beat JJ. I like JJ Aldridge's boxing, but like to be like high on her and say that, I mean, she's gonna beat any other really good girl is tough because she's going to split decision with Courtney Casey. You know what I mean? Like recently, like last fight. So she's not a world beater. And Jillian Robertson, if her game's working, she's a world beater. Like for all the way up, like I said, the only people I ever seen really beat her were Talia Santos, really Maverick. Good fighters.
Maverick.
Yeah, Miranda Maverick. Yeah, Barber, top prospects. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I got Jillian Robertson. I think I got 190 to win 150 on her, 1.9 units. Yeah. So I really do think she's going to dominate.
I keep looking at that line, but if I do anything, I might do the sub line, but I might stay away. I don't know. We'll see.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, Aldridge is just average everywhere, and even her boxing, like she's got decent boxing, but it's not like, you know what I'm saying. It's not like Jan, like Rose or something,
or like that. Rodriguez or something like that.
Yeah. So eBay's, he said he switched his pick to Jillian. Let's see.
Aldridge just really, like we said about the other fight, it just depends on where this fight takes place. If it's going to take place on the feet, it's going to be a close fight, and probably lean JJ. If it's on the mat, it's all day Jillian. So it just depends, man.
And even if what's up, Real MMA News?
What's up, man?
He said, yeah, she was scheduled to fight Lipsky. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but even if that's another good thing is even if say Robertson comes in, she's a little short notice, so she gets tired, but say she can bank them first 2 rounds grappling, I don't think that she's gonna get stopped in the 3rd round by JJ Aldridge. But I don't know, JJ Aldridge is decent.
I've never seen Jillian like fade like for cardio reasons. Like if she faded, like she was getting beat, like beat up on the feet. And she just like that. I keep going back to the Santos fight. She faded in the 2nd and 3rd rounds because she was getting dominated.
Right.
Like, she didn't fade because she tried hard and didn't get anything going. So I'm not really worried about Jillian's cardio yet. She hasn't showed me that she can only do 1 round of good fighting and then she's done. You know what I mean? True that. Yeah.
I really like Robertson. Telling you, really like Robertson there.
And like I said, it's submission for me or nothing, and I'll just think about it overnight and tomorrow. And
you might as well wait because it looks like the money's coming in on JJ Aldridge's side, so that submission prop might just keep going up. She might I got these, man. I usually beat the line movement like big time, like Pereira, like every week, like because I put my best in so early, and I figure, and not this time, man. Between the Roundtree. And then now, I got Robertson yesterday at 130, but as long to me, I want to get the extra money, obviously, but as long as them tickets cash, that's really
that's all that matters. Don't worry about the line that you're getting too much. Just worry about cashing the tickets.
Right. Because you can beat the line moving by $80, but then you're like, I won that battle. And then, it's grappler versus striker. When it's grappler versus striker, and I messed up too on the last one, with freaking Greg Hardy and Spivak, because I love the grappler over the striker, man. Like in the end, I love the because the striker's got that puncher's chance. And I went against my rule. I don't know why, but it was a win-win though with the Greg Hardy bet because you know what I mean? Yeah. Either he wins and I win my bet, or he gets knocked out and beat up bad. And
dude, he didn't know it's a win-win when he was getting up.
You see him the shy, good for him. Whoa. I wish he would have took a giant dick kick before that, to be honest. But hey, and
he
myself,
he does everything that comes to him, man.
Yeah.
What's the next one we got?
BCS too. He said that if she's at ATT, she's probably sparring with way better opponents.
Okay.
Fight number 3 we have in the men's welterweight division. We have Matt Semelsberger versus AJ Fletcher.
All right.
I'll let you start this one off.
So I will say right off the bat, I really like Semelsberger, and I just, for some reason, I just don't want to bet him. But I do think he's gonna win this fight, and I know Fletcher is really good. He has really good wrestling. He's explosive. But his cardio does tend to fade a bit as the fight goes on, and he's gonna have Semelsberger is gonna have a massive reach advantage in the striking department. I think it's like 8 inches or something like that, something crazy.
Yep, 8 inches.
8 inches. So if this fight plays out on the feet, it's Semelsberger all day. I feel like we've been saying this the whole night so far, but Semelsberger has a really good jab though, and he has really good power in his hands, and I think he can eventually clip Fletcher, and maybe in the 2nd round, because I think Fletcher is going to look good in the 1st round, and that's what scares me, because I think he's going to be able to take down Semelsberger maybe once or twice in the 1st round, but after that I can see him fading a bit, and I think Semelsberger is going to be able to touch him up a bit in the 2nd and maybe get a 3rd round finish or even win by decision. And I know not a lot of people are thinking that this fight's going to go the distance, but I think Fletcher is going to make this fight go the distance with his wrestling. And Semelsberger is going to be able to hold his own, though, but he's not going to get finished or anything. And like I said, I got Semelsberger by knockout. I said 3rd round knockout. And I know it's crazy, but I'm going with it. I think Fletcher's going to look good in the 1st round and a half, and then he's going to start to tail off, and then Semelsberger striking is going to come and then touch him up a little bit and probably knock him out in the 2nd or 3rd.
Dude, that's exactly how I seen it, and I watched even more tape, and I've seen, because it's Dustin Poirier's boy and stuff. Man, that Fletcher's good, dude. He's really good. It's just like you said, he's at a 3-inch height disadvantage and a 8-inch reach disadvantage. He's going to be more muscular. Yeah, he's more muscular. Like Josh Stradamus said, he's on a 12-fight win streak. That's a lot of momentum. Yep. Semelsberger's been looking really good. But yeah, I don't know if the line's justified at all, because someone like this Fletcher kid is really good. He's got really good movement. And the thing is a lot of people, I feel like even myself and you, like we're kind of like, yeah, he's so explosive and he wrestles a lot that he's going to gas out by the second that. But what if he don't? A lot of people is going to be shocked. And he has crazy power. But Semelsberger showed a great chin. Chaos Williams, all the fights he's been, even that Carlton Minus cracked him a couple times. But man, that the crazy flying knee he had on Dana White Contender Series, dude. The only thing I've seen too on some of his film, is he's pretty hittable. Fletcher is, but so is Semelsberger. But Semelsberger, another thing, he works the legs really good with leg kicks, like a lot. Like he might throw 20 leg kicks in the first round. That's what I've seen in his fights. He loves throwing them, so that could also slow down Fletcher. He's really aggressive coming forward. I got it wrote down for both of them. They're really aggressive coming forward, but
and it's going to be interesting to see who's going to dictate who's going on the back foot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's going to. I stayed away from this fight. It's like you said, because I can see I'm leaning Semelsberger, but it's probably because we just seen more of him. You know what I mean? Because he's got some losses too, and a couple KO losses.
More money. If you like Semelsberger, I'd wait a little bit, because more money is coming in on Fletcher at the moment, and I think it's down to like 220 range, minus 220 for Semelsberger. So it was at like minus 250 or 260 or something like that. And I didn't want to touch it at that. Yeah.
Nick said that Fletcher has a padded record though. Said, but I still like Fletcher to beat Semelsberger. Fletcher seems to have a great fighter IQ. Okay. And Nick knows his stuff, dude. Nick's got, like, I seen we're in that group with PC Dave on Tapology, and I'm telling Nick Alexander knows his stuff. He picks like 10 out of 11, 10 out of 12, stuff like that every week.
What's going on, Nick?
Mike, he can kick, so can Masvidal.
I didn't see any kicks in that fight though.
No. I seen that punch though, man, when he stunned when he stunned Kobe with that freaking punch. I was like, oh my God.
He was kneeling for the first responders, if you didn't know.
Oh yeah. Is that what he said?
That's what he said.
Dude, he is hilarious.
He's like, I didn't get knocked down. I was just kneeling for the first responders.
Just wanted to give a little shout out to him. Let's see, 100%. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, Semelsberger. I don't think he's had a lot of takedown shot on him though. Who's he fought? He fought Carlton Minus. He fought. He knocked out Diaz's boy in 10 seconds. Then he fought Chaos Williams. I don't think they wrestled too much, but he looks physically strong too to be stopping the takedown defense.
I thought he had some wrestling background.
Cheers, Nick.
I could be wrong about that. I didn't do any like my due diligence, but I thought he had a little bit of wrestling background. He's not like a state champion or like a college champion by any means.
Semelsberger, he was a football player. He played college football, and he was, I believe, like a safety or something. And I don't think he ever really wrestled. I think he's just really gifted physical athlete. Maybe he might have. But I know Fletcher did. I don't know the full extent of this.
He's a good wrestler, yeah.
But he looks really good. Like he's it's like he said about the good fight IQ. He times his shots real good, sets it up with the striking and all that. So yeah, man. Like Devin said here too, 50-50 fight. So the odds are definitely off on this because Fletcher's undefeated, man. Kid's undefeated.
The value is with Fletcher's side, but I mean, I'm leaning Semelsberger still because I do think later in the fight, I think he's going to be able to touch him up. But, I mean, who knows? This is a crazy card, man.
Right. And just want to say shout out, too, to all the people listening and commenting with us, man. That's a nice little group. And it's all smart people. A lot of these dudes are from Lay's Discord, man. If anybody on UFC Gambling Addict, Lay's Patreon, his Discord, you can go there and win some money. There's a lot of sharp guys. You get, like, Josh Radamas. He'll be putting up his stats and stuff. He's got a Discord, too. Everybody, man, it's smart people there for sure. Yeah, Nick said the line's off. Yeah, I don't have no bet on this yet, but if it gets close, man, I kind of like the under though, because both these dudes are so hittable and both these dudes are explosive. So maybe that's something to look at. Semelsberger's been finished too.
If Semelsberger gets to like the 200 range, though, I might jump on it.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe just throw him in like a parlay that I like another two, like one leg that's really confident, and then you have Semelsberger or something.
Yep, I was at the casino yesterday, and Fletcher was still like plus 200, and I almost threw money on him. I did.
Yeah,
Mike's great.
I'm just scared after the first round. I don't know if he's gonna.
Might be a live betting spot, real good live betting spot. If you live bet, see if Fletcher comes out, lands some takedowns in that first round, gets some control, gets up at the end of the first round, looks fresh. If you're holding the Semelsberger ticket, you're not going to be happy because
that's exactly what my fear is. It's like,
yeah, because that dude, striker grappler thing, man. When you pick the striker versus the grappler, and then that grappler comes out and starts working his game, you're like, oh fuck. You're like,
and like my thing is like you say you like to pick the grapplers. Like I like to pick the strikers. Like I am more on the striker side with that, but
right,
because like you said, they always have a puncher's chance to knock them out.
Right, but a lot of them, like that's why I took like Bryce Mitchell versus Barbosa, because like Barbosa's crazy and explosive. It got all of his stuff, but if you watch him fight Kevin Lee, Khabib, anybody that's took him down and fought him, man, he loses that explosion after one round. Like by the second round, he's still there and he's gonna fight to the end, but he's not near as dangerous after one round of grappling. Yeah, man, that's like Tino said, fight don't go the distance. Tino knows the stuff too. He puts his betting slips up and all the time talking with us too. So man, these are all.
I'm gonna check it real quick and see what it is.
Yeah. Fletcher gets the sub. I wonder what the line is. Or would that be
big line?
Does Fletcher, because my phone's up here, does Fletcher got some good subs on his record? Or I know he had that flying knee.
I think he has like 4 subs or 5. So he's like half and half, I think, because he's also had some KOs as well.
Okay. Yeah. Dude's explosive, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great bet, great spot to live bet. He said, Mike said, I've lost so much money on strikers. Yeah, I mean,
dude,
it's like I said, it's like even when you like when you see them strikers fight the grapplers, and you got the grappler and the striker, boom, hits the grappler, got some stun, but my grappler can still just wrestle down. If he lands that takedown, it's the greatest thing when you got the grappler and he gets rocked and you're like, get the takedown, please. And he actually gets the takedown and stops that, comes back. Kind of like Timur Valiev, like he did against Barsolas and stuff like that.
Yeah, the over is 1.5 and it's -135, and the under is +105.
So plus money on and it's 2.5. You said
1.5.
Oh, 1.5.
So
I might like it to go over that. They're both explosive, but they both seem tough. That's not bad. I would figure that would have been set at 2.5 because I
thought it would be too. Yeah.
They're both tough dudes. I mean, it's not Nick Diaz's boy coming in getting knocked out in the first like 15 seconds. Yeah, Devin said undefeated, but hasn't fought many people. Still looks like a pretty decent fighter. Right. That's what I was saying. He's right. That's what I was saying about Bryce Mitchell and Barbosa. Like I had a buddy over here, and then I was talking to my girlfriend too, because they'll always be like, well, people wanted to bet Barbosa because he's fought the better competition. But it's like he's older, but it's like Bryce Mitchell just hasn't fought it yet. You don't know if he can beat that competition. Exactly, he just hasn't fought it. So you can't fade him. Some people, but if some people come in and they're, they've been really like Mark Striegel and just crushing cans for their whole career, then you're like, all right,
that's like an 18-3 record, and he's not good.
Bombs. Four sub wins.
Okay, 4. So he's pretty good all around. I don't know if a lot of his KOs are ground and pound though. But I know he has like half and half.
Right.
Okay. 89%. Okay.
Yeah. He ain't lying on the that Brunson versus Kevin Holland fight where Brunson just kept taking him down, and then he even rocked him that one time, and then Brunson just got the takedown. Dude, that sucks. But all right, so yeah, I don't have a bet on that. I think you said you didn't have one yet, but we're gonna.
No, I'm thinking about it. I might throw it down. Just depends on where the line goes.
Right, and like we said earlier, if anybody wants to, definitely go follow JohnnyKpicks' YouTube if you guys already have it. I'm sure you got
Johnny
most
K of my Twitter and Instagram, same name, JohnnyKpicks, all one word.
Yep, and he posts all of his bets and everything up there, and seems like we got a lot of the same fans. Like,
yeah,
some good dudes, man.
Yeah, it's great. I love the loyal fans, subscribers.
Yep. And they all add in good stuff too.
Yeah.
This is what I like to do, man, is be able to talk with the people too. I mean, it might take us a little longer, but I go on other podcasts or other things and they don't really talk with the people sometimes.
Well, and sometimes too, they just talk and talk and talk and talk. And it's not about MMA, and you're like,
right,
guys, come on, let's talk about MMA.
Right, because we got good stuff too. We know our stuff too, but I know these dudes in the chat. Like I see these guys posting stuff all the time, and they know their stuff, so they should get to be heard too.
Yep, for sure.
All right, so we'll move on. I got fight number 4. This is going to be a banger. I think, anyways, like a good fight. We got Damon Jackson versus Camilla Kirk. Camuela Kirk.
Yep.
Man, I think this is going to be a pretty good fight. I was at the casino. I want to say Monday, or wait, I went Tuesday, but I think I went when I went and put some in last Friday or something. Damon Jackson was plus 135, and I didn't bet him, and I picked him on my video and everything to win, and I didn't bet him. I don't know why. But I mean this is going to be another one where there probably won't be a finish because both these guys are really well rounded and really tough, and this is probably going to go to the judges and be a really close decision. So because they're going to be scrambling back and forth, they're both. Kirk is a lifelong jiu-jitsu kid, but he's not like nothing crazy special. You've seen him against Makwan Americani, and he's got some lower level losses, but Damon Jackson's really good, like you've seen against Maverick. So anywhere this goes, both these guys can strike and wrestle and do BJJ. So I don't know, man. I think it's going to be close. I put Damon Jackson by 3rd round sub just because I think maybe he can tire, like kind of like with the Maverick fight, kind of tire out Kirk, and because he's going to be able to hang on his feet. You've seen against Charles Rosa and stuff. He's got good striking. He didn't look that good against Deporia, but nobody really does.
I was going to say, yeah.
But right now, and Camilla, like I said, Camilla Kirk, he's good. He's well-rounded everywhere, just not like no standout anywhere. He probably might have better striking, like more composed striking. He was walking down Americani, and it just looked like he, you know what I mean? He wasn't even really trying. He was staying calm, breathing good. So that's a good thing. So he might have the striking advantage. But I would give the wrestling and BJJ to Damon Jackson. So I don't have a bet on this, but I'm leaning the Damon Jackson side.
Yep. Yeah, I got a bet on this one. I got Jackson at plus 110. I did see it at plus 130, and then like I swear I looked away for like 5 minutes, and it went down to 110. I snatched it up because
awesome.
I do think Jackson is going to win this fight. As you said, I think he is the better grappler. The better striker is up for debate. It depends on if you think one is better technical and one's better power. I think Kirk has a little bit more power in his hands, which is a little more, it's a little dangerous for me, for a red flag for me, I should say, because Jackson is a little chinny at times. But I mean, I don't think Kirk's going to be able to knock him out on the feet. Yep. So I like Jackson, like you said. I think he has the better cardio as well, especially if this fight gets to the 3rd round. I do think he's going to be able to potentially get a finish or just go to the judges' scorecards. But I think he should be able to win 2 rounds. He should be able to take down Kirk as well. I don't think Kirk has really good takedown defense. I want to say it's probably like under 60%. When I looked, I want to say maybe 58. If I remember correctly, it is 58%. Yeah. So if Jackson goes for takedowns, I think he's going to be able to keep him there. I think he's going to have the better grappling, better wrestling, better jiu-jitsu. I don't think it's going to be able, maybe a late finish, but I'm going to say Damon Jackson by decision for sure.
Yeah, I like that. Like you said, when Camilla Kirk fought Americani, man, he was on his back a little bit in that 1st and 2nd round and was kind of content to just lay there and try to throw up some subs and stuff. Yeah. And man, Maverick threw every sub in the book at Damon Jackson, and couldn't finish him, and was dominated him, and then did what he does and gassed us out. But Camilla Kirk, he came in on short notice last time against Americani and still held his own. So that's definitely one thing to look at.
That's true.
But man, it's so hard to cap this fight. It should be a pick'em, and
it's a pick'em right now. It's minus 110. So
yeah, because Camilla Kirk,
it just depends on what value you got. If you got Jackson at plus 130 or any plus money, that's good value. It's literally a pick'em.
Right. So if you can get that's exactly right, man. Devin said, I go with Jackson. He has more heart. He does have crazy heart.
And his nickname is the Leech, man. So he's gonna suck the blood out of you.
He's gonna be an inch taller, but 2-inch reach disadvantage. How do you see this fight playing out standing or on the ground?
I think it's going to be on the ground. I think Jackson's going to go use his wrestling.
Then I definitely favor,
Yeah, and that's why I favor Jackson, because I don't think Jackson wants to roll the dice on the feet. You know what I mean? I think he knows he's a better wrestler, and I think he's confident in his BJJ to be like the better grappler. And Kirk's good too. I'm not gonna I don't want to get he's no slouch on the mat, but if he wants to win this fight, if Jackson wants to win, he should get this fight to the mat, and I think he can control him the whole time.
Right. Excuse me.
Don't try to be a hero and play out on the feet if you don't feel comfortable. Get this fight to the mat where you're good at, and then control him.
Right. Yep. It's all about fight IQ, man.
Yep. And I think he has really good fight IQ. Jackson's really he's one of those guys where you're he knows what he needs to do to win this fight.
Yep. 19-4. I mean, the record shows it. And one of them lost to Ilia Topuria. So the record definitely shows it.
That's I'm not even counting that. I mean, he took the fight. I mean, that good for him. Because who's going to win against
savage?
Him? I know, man. He's going to be he's going to be a contender very soon.
Well, he might even be going up to 155. I know he's fighting next week.
I guess he wants to do both.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Because he had a bad weight cut last fight. Evolov fell off, and then he had a bad weight cut.
I guess it was weird though, because they were in California, and every state is different with their cutting weights and everything. And apparently, one of the people from California said he needs to stop cutting, it's dangerous or something like that. And he could have still made it, but that's what he said. So you only can go by what they say.
California care about weight cutting, but not about child molestation. Motherfuckers.
This is an
free MMA Cain, podcast. By the way.
No.
Free Cain Velasquez, man.
No, I 100%
terrible, man.
They care about the wrong things, though. But.
Yeah, I mean, so let's see, zero sub losses for Kirk, so he might not get signed. And he's been doing jiu-jitsu since a kid, but if you're gassed, all that training and all that stuff goes out the window. Damon's definitely a junkyard dog, dude.
Yep.
But
that's another thing I like about him.
Josh Radamas said
he's a grinder, man.
Devin Brown's got Jackson. He said it puts the lotion on the skin. Gets the hose again.
He does look a little
Mike Mar free king.
Though. It looks like a little creep, but I mean he's good.
Yeah, yep. All right, we'll get on to fight number 5. We got in the men's light heavyweight division, we got Tufan and Chukwi versus Azamat Murazkanov. Who you got in this one?
Well, I am probably going to be one of the only people that you will hear that picked Tufan to win this one. But I'm going to go out on a limb here. And I said that he would win this fight. And I do. The main reason why is because he's going to be the bigger fighter. He has a 6-inch reach advantage, which I think is going to be massive in this fight, especially because Azamat's going to want to stand and bang. He's really quick, though, Azamat, and I'll give him all of that. But Tufan is super strong, super powerful. He's really good in the clinch, too. If this fight does get close and he gets up with him and wants to hug him up against the fence or something, he has good knees against the clinch. The only thing is, if Azamat wants to wrestle, he might have an advantage there, too. So this fight's going to be close, but I'm going with the bigger fighter, the stronger fighter, I think, the younger fighter. And Tufan's actually went all 3 rounds a pretty good amount of times. Couple times, yeah. So I don't know what's going to happen if this fight goes in the second round. I don't know if Azamat's going to start gassing a bit. He's a lighter guy, like a smaller guy, I should say. So to me, I think this is another coin flip fight, and I know the odds are a little bit wider than a coin flip, but I'm going to go on the Ndukwi side. I think he can get it done by knockout, maybe in the second round. First round is going to be very competitive and might be fireworks, but that's what I'm going with. Am I confident to bet it? No, not right. I will not bet this. Even if the line is really good and juicy on the Tufan side, so. I'm going with the bigger fighter here, basically. And I do think he can get the knockout, though.
Yeah. Man, this fight, it's tough. It's like you said, man. It's tough to see Asmat come in here because he hasn't really fought the best competition in the world.
True.
He's older. He like he's gone only past the first round one time, and that was a fight that was only a 2-round fight. So he went the full. But to be honest, in that fight, he did look good. Even in the second round, he still looked like he had good stamina. Dude, super fast, hits super hard with both hands, and that way he reminds me of Fedor, just throwing hooks, and he's super fast. His movement is super nice. Everything about him. I mean, he's got wrestling, he's got all that, but he's unproven. Like with Tafan, dude can take a punch. You know that he fought Rodriguez. He can take a punch. He's giant. When he lost to the Iron Turtle, he actually dropped down to 185 for that, and he's slow anyways. He's kind of slower and laboring guy because he's huge, even at 205. But when he went to 185, dude, he was super slow. Jinyu Park was just moving around too much, just jabbing him up. It's not like he really beat him up. He would land a couple little takedowns. But in this one, it's like you said, man, I haven't bet it. And like when I go out to Reno, if the price keeps going up, I'm going to have to go with Tafan because I don't think that Tafan's going to get knocked out. He's fought William Knight. He's fought enough power strikers where he's not going to get knocked out. His takedown defense seemed a little suspect against Jinyu Park, and
he's a pretty good wrestler though.
Right, he's super explosive and super strong. So I mean that might be able to keep Asmat off. But the thing that was worrying me and like kind of keeping me off of wanting to even bet Asmat, even though he looks so good, is what you said about Tafan and his body work and clinch, man, against Mike Wright. Like he's like, you can hear him yelling. He rips the body.
He's got good knees and elbows in the clinch, man.
In the clinch.
And he's a strong dude.
He's going to be a lot bigger. He's 2 inches taller, like you said, with 6 inches of reach. And I think he's just naturally a bigger dude. That other dude looks like he could fight 185.
Yeah,
and,
185.
Do you remember when what's the one Russian dude? There was a Russian dude that was like 8-0. He came on the Contender Series and he fought Jailton Almeida. And the Russian dude was minus like 350. I had him, right? And Laura Sanko did an interview with him before the fight and was asking him, like, you're 10-0, you've been fighting in Russia and all this. And he had like a little kind of a pudgier body. And she asked him if he had ever really fought anybody that, you know what I mean, had the build like Almeida and explosive like that. And he said no. And Jailton Almeida beat the shit out of him, which we see he's a beast now.
Man.
But it's like, these dudes are fighting a lot of other Russian dudes that usually, they're not the most biggest. They go off technique and stuff rather than just muscle. Some are big, Fedor, look at him, or Igor. They were just like chubby dudes that knock you out. But when they go in with somebody like this, that's just going to be, I think Tafan's going to be stronger than him. He's going to be slower. I don't know, man. As far as the line keeps going up, I'm going to want to bet Tafan. I haven't bet it yet, but dude, it's a tough fight to call. But I think Tafan, if he can clinch him up and work the body and slow him down in that first round and a half, dude, I don't see why he couldn't take over. The other dude's never been to the third round. Tafan goes there. And Tafan, well, he knocked out William Knight too. I mean, Tafan's got power himself, dude, but the other dude's got speed, man. This is a tough one. Nick said
I guess it really just matters what happens in the first round.
You're right. Maybe another live betting spot, probably.
A good live betting spot because Tafan right now, he's at plus 150, and I think it's minus 165, 170 on the other side. Right. So I just don't want to touch that either way right now. And
it was even money when it started out. When I was doing my research on this, when I was doing my research on this last week, it was like that Mazerat was minus like 125. So I assume it started off like even money and then just got bet way up. And I mean, if I bet Asmat, I don't think he, like I said, I don't think he comes in and just, if you're betting him and think he's just going to come spark Tafan, dude, that dude's head's like fucking that dude's a big, like, dude.
He can take punches, man.
Bro, he looks like you could hit him in the face with a bat and like he would just eat it.
And if you get close enough to him, he has a 6-inch reach advantage here. He's going to grab you and get in the clinch. And like we just said, he's really good in the clinch. Right.
People in the chat are saying too, though, is Tafan, I mean, he looks strong, but the Iron Turtle was able to take him down. And in the third round, I think it was that drop to 185 that kind of gassed him a little bit. But if the Iron Turtle can take him down, this dude should definitely be able to land. And then if you start seeing Tafan, then if you're holding the Tafan tickets and you see in the middle of that 1.5 going into the second that he gets taken down and gets up a little slow, then you're going to be like, damn.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Like the Iron Turtle kind of reminds me a little bit of Jacob Malkoun. Like his wrestling is actually like, it's sneaky good.
He's good. Iron Turtle's good, dude. He's good, dude.
Like He's nothing special, just like Jacob Malkoun, but he's solid. He has really good wrestling, and he'll grind out fights. And if that's what Azamat wants to do, he could potentially win this fight if he does that, for sure.
Right.
But I don't know if his cardio is going to do it for 3 rounds.
I want to know. Let me see. Uncertainty. What's up?
Uncertainty.
So, because we got some people that are picking, a lot of people. Mike's leading Murazov.
I think a lot of people are, and like that's totally cool because this is like you can make a debate for anybody here.
Well, I want to ask anybody in the chat who's going with Murazov. How do you see him winning, by a knockout, or you know what I mean, like using his wrestling and getting a decision?
That's a good point.
Like, because I just want to know how, the other people.
If I was going the other side, I would think he would have to win by knockout. I don't think he can win a decision, maybe.
Right. I mean, Stefan's shown good gas in the third, like in ripping that body, dude, against Mike Rodriguez. When you watch tape, I don't know how people I like the Azamat, but if you watch tape on Stefan, that dude's good too, and he's tough, man. And I don't think he's a finished product.
He's not a finished product either. He's 27 years old, and he's only had 7 MMA fights, and he's looked good in most of them. Like, he lost one recently against who was it? Oh yeah, Iron Turtle, but that was because he was taken down and like he exposed a weakness on him. So maybe he got a little better since then. And that was 2 fights ago.
Yeah, and they're always improving. Yep. Especially when you're young. Azamat, it's crazy. Azamat's getting into this old. I was
gonna say he's kind of a finished product right now. I mean, he's really good. Don't get me wrong, but we'll see.
There we go.
It's gonna be a good fight.
Nick said he's got Murazov by close decision. Devin Brown says take him ground and pound, TKO round 1 or 2. That's I think Azamat first round or bust. Tino said that.
That's what I think it's first round or bust for Azamat.
I mean, if you're holding his tickets, and dude, like I said, I think Stefan, if you measured heads, he might have like the biggest, thickest head.
He probably has like an 8.5 inch head.
He don't have a neck, dude. He doesn't have a neck. Stefan, that dude is a tank. So I don't know, but the thing is Azamat's really gonna have a speed advantage.
That's the big thing right there. But for how long? How long?
Right. That's the thing. When the body shots go on and all that, and he clinches him up against the cage,
and you have the knees and the body, like he's already kind of a softer guy in the midsection, if you want to say, to put it nicely. So if you get a couple knees up there, it doesn't feel good. Trust me. Like, I think Azamat the midsection.
Right. Yeah. Let's see. Azamat. FA, what's up? He said, FA, what's up from Any Action Sportscast? Everybody check out his podcast too. His prediction videos on YouTube, they're nice. He does really cool interviews too, man, because he lives out in Vegas. So he goes to the actual UFCs and he'll interview the people, do little game shows of, $50 questions and stuff. It's really cool.
That's cool.
Let's see. We don't know really if he has great cardio. He pushes a heavy pace and he's throwing a lot of power, but he's only been out of the first round 1 time. And in that fight, it went to a 2-round decision, but it was only a 2-round fight. So, but he looked fresh.
That's a question of the night for this fight is if this fight gets in the 2nd round, like what's going to happen?
Nick said, neither fighter's ever been finished. So
that's true.
Right. So
there you go.
Bigger targets are bigger.
Like, maybe this does go to decision.
It definitely could. What's the line on that?
I was gonna say, what's the odds on that? It might be like a sneaky bet.
These freaking carts from the freaking dispensary, terrible. It gets stuck after one use. Freaking terrible. Oh man. All right, so I have no bets on that. Oh, okay.
It's over 1.5 rounds is -160. So people are saying over 1.5.
And neither one's been finished. And they both, Stefan's only got 7 fights.
It's a solid bet. I think
the over 1.5. Yeah. And I don't think that Azamat's going to come out just chucking bombs against Stefan. Like both these guys should play it a little. I
think Azamat might be a little hesitant to not get gassed out in the first because he's never been past round 1. And Stefan's going to be a little bit conservative because he's like, this guy's dangerous in the first round.
Right.
It could be one of those things. You know what I mean? So I like the over 1.5 in this one at minus 160. It's not a bad play. It could be something to think about if you don't want to bet a side here.
Right. Yeah.
I think it's pretty good. I might do that later on. I don't know. We'll see.
See where the line goes too. All right. So yeah, I mean, right. That's why I can't bet online, man. That's why I just got to go to the I'd be putting them in. I'd be putting them in all night.
It's like done.
You just think you have this big brain flash, like, wait a minute, put them in.
Right.
And wake up the next day like, what, dude?
Why did I
why do I got a 32 leg parlay?
I got golf in it too. What's going on?
Right. Yeah. Got freaking Masvidal in there. All right, fight number 6. We got Cody Brundage versus Dolce Lungiambula.
Lungiambula.
Dude,
yeah, one of these names. I'm not good with names.
Yeah. So you want me to start this one off?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so Brundage versus Lungiambula. I'm not impressed with Brundage at all. A lot of people that's betting on him, I think, and people talk about him, talk about his wrestling. Like, he's got good wrestling. He was a college wrestler, but he wasn't no national champ, no nothing like that. They'd be like, he's a 2-time qualifier for the national tournament, which that's pretty good. But you know what I mean? He's not this great wrestler. He's pretty terrible striking to me. Like, Maximov was beating him up in the first round a little bit with the striking when it wasn't on the ground. And in the second round, he comes out against Maximov and just tries to shoot a takedown from all the way across the cage. That was terrible. He's got good wrestling, though, decent BJJ, but his striking's terrible. And I think in this fight that Dolce, he's very explosive, very strong, especially at 185 since he's come down there. He's a judo black belt. He's got great judo. He's got good wrestling himself. You've seen offensive and defensive. I think he's going to be able to keep this fight standing. And I think he's going to be able to beat up Cody Brundage. I don't know if he'll get the finish, but I think he can on the feet because Cody Brundage's striking to me is terrible. And Dolce has pretty decent striking. He has good ground and pound. So if he does get on top of Cody, I think he'd be able to tee off on him. I'm going to take him by a second round KO. But it could go to decision. But I got Dolce and I got a 2.5 unit bet to win 2 units. And I really do. I don't think that Cody Brundage is good at all. Like at all.
Yeah, Cody's definitely green, if you want to say. But I don't have a bet on this one. I'm not gonna. I did pick Cody to win, and literally the main reason why is because I do think he is a grinder. I think he can grind down Dolce and drag this fight into later rounds with his wrestling.
Right.
And like you said, I don't think his wrestling is amazing, but I think it's good enough in this fight. And even if he can I know Dolce is a big dude for this division because he's 5'8" and he's massive. But I do think if Cody can just either clinch up with him against the fence, try to go for takedowns, gas him out a bit so he doesn't get knocked out in the first or second round, I think he has a live chance to win a potential finish in the third or a decision, depending on how round 2 may go. Because I'm going to say Dolce is going to win round 1 for sure, whether he might win by knockout or he'll win that round outright. But
right.
Like you said, I don't think Cody has great striking. He does have some power, but he doesn't have the power that Dolce has. And his striking is way better for sure. I will give him that. But the wrestling side, though, I think Cody does have an edge. I think he has a little bit better cardio as well. So I think if he comes in with a game plan of wrestling, heavy game plan, just tire him out, maybe lose the first round if he has to, then that's the way Cody's going to win. So that's why I got Cody winning. I do think he's going to grind this out to a decision, but it's a close fight again. You can see, like we said before, some of these fights, there's a debate for every side.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And I don't fault anybody for picking one side or the other.
No.
All facts here.
Yep. And they got it lined close like that. But man, I just Cody Brundage's striking is terrible. And I really think and Dolce, another thing is let's see, Dolce in his last fight looked good against Mark Antonio Barrios, and they was going hard the whole fight, like the first, second round, and in the third round he looked like he had more energy than Barrios.
Well, so that loss did not age well because Mark
Yeah. Yeah, that motherfucker. Yeah, but dude, I mean,
he got us. He got us.
But for showing cardio, but Mark for over 3 rounds if he stays in. Yeah, man, I got Dolce in this. I really do think that he's going to be able to stop the wrestling, and I think he's going to make Brundage look foolish because Dolce, man, he's been in there with good competition. Like Cody Brundage has never been in there with anybody. He was in there with William Knight, and he got beat up. And he was in there with Maximov, but when Maximov really fights somebody with good takedown defense and good striking, it's going to be a problem. I like Maximov and all that. But,
but Cody did look good in the 3rd round in that fight, though, on short notice.
Yeah.
So I mean, he has the cardio on a short notice to do that, and Maximov is just a straight up wrestler. He's going to go for just grinding you, and if he stayed, his cardio was still there in the 3rd round with Maximov on a short notice, the cardio is going to be there in this fight. So that's what I'm kind of banking on. But like I said, no bet whatsoever. This is too close for me. I'm just picking Cody just because of that factor. Basically, I think he can grind this out. So
yeah. I think that he's gonna get his takedown stuffed and punched. So, but
I can see that too. 100%.
Yeah, but I got Did you got a bet on this?
No. I'm not touching this one.
I like Dolce, man. Like I usually, it's tough to pick the closer fights, and it's easier to stay away or pick the big underdog. But on this one, I feel like I have a strong lead on Dolce. Like I really don't think Cody Brundage is good. Like his whole rep's based off his wrestling, but his wrestling's not like
It's not like
crazy
or something like that. It's not
like
wrestling.
No Olympic hope for nothing. He wasn't even like a placer in the national champ. Which, like you said, he's got good wrestling, but the dude's not great. But all right. So I got Dolce in that, and I feel pretty comfortable with him. I mean, I've just bet him straight.
Yeah, that's the way to go, just in case.
Right. Fight number 7, we got Trevin Jones versus Javid Basharat. It's gonna be a good one. I'll let you start this one off.
Yes, I am. This is one of my confident picks of the night, and I know maybe some people don't think it's confident, but I am. I got Javid to win this one. I think he is the better fighter. I think he's the more technical striker. I think he's super quick on the feet. He has quick jabs and 1-2s. He's good on the mat. He's a good wrestler. He has slick submissions. I mean, good cardio. You name it. Like, I think this guy, he's super well-rounded. Like, anywhere this fight goes, I think he's going to be better than Jones. The only thing I will give Jones credit for, though, he's powerful. And he can land that one punch that could knock out Basharat. But I think Basharat is going to come in here and try to grapple with Jones. It's going to be his easiest path to victory, because once this fight gets to the mat, I think he's going to be able to keep him down there and potentially get a late round, maybe 2nd or 3rd round submission. And that's how I see this fight going. I'm pretty high on Basharat. I had a couple bets on him. I got him straight up with one bet, and I also have him in a parlay too. So this is one of my confident picks of the night, and there's not a lot of them, I'll tell you that right now. So I'm keying in on him.
Yeah, this I don't get it. I'm with you. I'm all over Basharat. Trevin Jones, if he didn't land 2 lucky shots, not lucky, but them 2 shots, I mean, he could easily be 0-3 in the UFC. He got beat up pretty good. I mean, he did a little clinching up against the cage, but he got beat up pretty good and finished by a dude on like 4 days notice. And granted, that dude's good, but I mean, it doesn't look good.
There's a lot right there, though.
He didn't look good in any of it. He wasn't looking at Batista was touching him up. And Timur Valiev was beating the shit. He almost ended him with a body kick. He's not bad. He's just not great anywhere. He's got decent wrestling. He's fought cans before the UFC. He's got them 2 wins, which I think. But the thing that freaks me out is like money's coming in on him, because I had Basharat. I bet him right away at -150, thinking that's going to go way up because he's well rounded. Basharat's the real deal. Like he's a real deal prospect in my opinion. Like he's
Same
got
with me, man.
Yeah. Devin likes. That's what's weird. Everybody I've talked to.
There's a couple people picking Trevin Jones, and I'm like,
Tino and FA are on Jones. Okay.
I mean, I get it, but I just don't see it though.
The only way I see him winning is catching him with a shot, or being able, if he's able to hold Basharat up against the cage for 3 rounds, because he did have that Kakramanov up against the cage for a while. But like Basharat's good, man. And Basharat's a little bigger. like 2 inches bigger, and he seems longer legs. He's got 1 inch reach disadvantage actually, but I think Javid's great everywhere. It's going to be a close fight. I don't know if there's going to be a finish, but I think if anybody's like gets the takedowns on top, it's going to be Basharat, and I think Basharat's going to have the better striking. All he's got to do is worry about Trevin Jones, man, and his power. And if you stay out of that uppercut, I think Batista got dropped at the uppercut, and Timur with like a counter hook. Stay out of that, and I think he can piece him up. Even hopefully fight at distance or take it to the ground and get on top.
I agree. And like even if Jones somehow gets on top of Basharat, I'm comfortable with him playing on from his back. I think he has good submissions on his back too.
Yeah,
so and, it's fine with me. Wherever this fight goes, I'm not scared one bit. And those are the fights where you get to be like, I'm gonna just key in on and just bet. And this is one of them. There's not a lot this tonight or this card. So
Devin, I gotta disagree with the Timur is trash. He worked Hani Barsolis last fight, dude. Timur is a beast.
He's good.
And he showed great cardio in that fight. I just watched it come for the next week's card, and dude, Timur is he's a beast. Like if he don't get caught, because he darts in and out a lot, but if he don't get caught, dude, Timur he's a Dagestani wrestler, badass wrestler. He was out grappling Barsolis, who's like a national wrestling champion from Brazil, and he's like a 3rd degree black belt or whatever, and he was out grappling him. But I
was looking at the lines and stuff for next week. I'm probably going to take Jack Shore.
Right, and like
I'm really high on Jack Shore though. But
if Timur, that was his first fight when he fought Trevin Jones, and he was beating the shit out of Jones, so that happened. But I think if he fought him this time, like if he fought him and didn't just overestimate him so much, say he would have seen Timur knock out Batista before that and fought him a little different, I think he works Trevin Jones.
True.
But so I see I think Nick, are you on Trevin too? If the guys that are on Trevin, let me know how you think he wins. Is it decision, or you think he's just going to catch Basharat? Because I like to know the other sides of the thing. Because I bet Basharat pretty big, 2.25 units to win 1.5 units.
I mean, for me, if Jones wins, I think it has to be by knockout. I don't think he's going to be able to win a decision.
I don't either. Basharat's really good, well-rounded, and he's active, super active.
Yep.
Let's see. Timur. Timur is nice.
Jack Shore for sure.
Yeah, I don't. I tell you that right now. I watched them, dude. Jack Shore is real. He's only good if he can get his wrestling going, bro. And I can tell you right now, from what I watched, his wrestling from Wales is decent, but it's not Dagestani wrestling. Like Hani Barsolis couldn't even take down because he got rocked. He was getting hit. He couldn't even take him down. And then in the 3rd round, Timur is getting. I like Timur a lot. I know the thing, but dude, Timur is bad. Like even what he was doing to Jones, man, he's really good. Like well-rounded. Like his striking's crazy. He's got Dagestani wrestling. So Shore ain't gonna be able to land the takedowns. And the biggest thing I looked for was his cardio, and his cardio against Barsolis, which they was going at it the whole fight. And he got rocked in the 2nd round. Still was good in the 3rd, but Shore's been beating bums. Hunter Azure almost got him. Let's see. All right, Effie, I don't like the Effie's right on that. I mean, Basharat, he beat that one really good Russian. The dude on Contender Series, super suspect, but he looks good. If you go watch all his other fights, he's just so well-rounded, man. Like he's got the wrestling, he's got the ground and pound, he's got the striking, he's mean, he's tough, durable, great cardio. But yeah, I see what you're saying though. I see what everybody's saying.
Very good point. I think Basharat actually beat a guy that put like. Don't quote me, but I think this guy was like 2-30 or something.
One of the dudes you can't even count the record. There's a dude over in England named something Sheriff, and that Moviled dude fight next week too.
Yeah, he beat a guy. His name's John Spencer. He's 2-39.
Wow.
But that was like 3 or 4 years ago. But still, I mean, it's a good point. But like, he looks really good though. Like I'm looking past the people he beat because. I think he's just way better, obviously, because he beat them all, but he just looks smooth, though. I don't know. I got him everywhere. I think he just looks great.
Yeah, Mike's right, dude. You definitely don't call him a terrorist, dude. He beat the shit out of that dude for that. That was.
You know what? I was actually rooting for Basharat more when that happened. I was like, oh, bro, like let's go, like. I ruined it with slaughter.
What beauty? I don't know. My daughter just came in. Oh, she ruined her book that Dolly Parton sent her. Oh, hey, you can let her come in here, Steph. I don't care. I'm more worried about her than you two. Let's see. I think either Jones catches him with the punch or could. Jones does look good, look strong in the clinch.
He's got power.
Yeah. That's a goat. The goat. No, there's a dude FA in England, and his last name is Sheriff. And people that beat him, like the Movila dude, if you go look at his record on Tapology, they don't even count it as a win no more. It's like a no contest, or like they took it off their thing because that dude was like found to be throwing fights. He's like 0-35 or something, dude. So they're like, if you got to win over him, they just took it off. I don't know if Tapology only did that or what, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at some of his fights. I mean, he has beat a guy. I mean, he beat the Oren the last fight. He was 16-0, but
that's the dude.
Yeah, we already know that record was suspect too. He beat a guy that was 11-1.
That dude was good. That Russian was good, and he ended up pounding that Russian out, dude. And that dude was good, and he didn't just like he like dominated the dude, and it was a tough fight, and he looked good in that, and it was in like a bar, dude. I swear when they walked out, it was in like a bar in England or something.
Yeah. So a lot of the guys that he's beat, like, you know, they're just starting out like 0-0, 0-2, 3-3, 2-2, 4-4. So nothing amazing except that Russian guy that you talked about. He's 11-1. I just think he looked, like I said, I just think he looks really good everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. If he was just like a striker and you're like, whoa, Trevin could take him down. But this dude looks physical and good everywhere. So
good on the mat, everywhere.
I'm with you. I got Javid. I bet 2.25 units to win 1.5 units. So you got him in any bets?
Yeah, I got him in a straight up bet. I think I just bet, I think I bet 1.5 units to win 1. And I got him in a parlay with Pereira.
Okay. Nice. Fight number 8 is Guido Connetti versus Chris Moutinho. Probably won't spend too much time on this one, but
oh my god,
this is.
I don't even know why this is on a UFC card. I know the UFC is probably giving Moutinho, or however you say it, Moutinho. I don't know. They're throwing him a bone because he
came in on short. Yeah.
And this is a very winnable fight. This is probably the biggest winnable fight for him. I picked him to win, but I'm not confident one bit. I don't have anything really to back it up because I just think this is a very low level fight, and I just didn't really want to do a lot of research. I'll be honest. But I do think he's very tough, though. I'll give him that. He does keep pushing forward. That's always a good thing that I like. He does have okay striking, but you couldn't see it in the O'Malley fight because O'Malley is just way better.
Right.
And Connetti, he's okay for one round. He's older. He's 42 years old. He's in the bantamweight division. So that always 42 years old in the bantamweight division is like 75 years old in real life. So he's got one round of cardio, and I think he's done. So with all those I just laid out there, I think Moutinho is going to eventually end up getting a win by decision or maybe a late round knockout just because Connetti just gives up because he just doesn't have any gas left. He's 42 years old in the ring. And he's like, I don't want to be here. This guy keeps pushing it at me. I don't got anything left. So that's how I see this fight, not touching it through a betting standpoint, but it's just a super low level fight. You would see this fight like opening the main card at LFA.
Right. Like, to see the title contender fight.
Not even a co-main event. No, I'm talking like the opening main card of LFA.
Right.
That's what this would be. And I just went to LFA and it was fantastic, by the way. I highly recommend anybody to go to regional fights because it's really fun if you have it. But I could see this fight totally being the first card on the main card. And like I saw fighters that were probably better than this at LFA. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna do Moutinho or Moutinho, however you want to say his last name.
Right.
I'm just gonna go with decision.
Okay. I seen Dogger pass. That's
I mean, if you want to bet this fight, which you're a degenerate,
I'm not betting. There's no bets coming this way.
The dog. You bet
That's
the
what
dog in this fight if you're gonna bet this fight.
Effie said.
Connetti, so
1-800 call 1-800-GAMBLER if you're betting this one. What I seen though, Connetti, he looks good against lower level guys though. Like he gets beat up in the end by Marlon Vera, but he actually whooped Marlon Vera that first round. And then guys like Danao backed Raw, that dude's a beast, and he's just bigger. But Chris Mointino, he's not really all that good. He, like you said, he's probably gonna be pressuring forward. But like I've seen Johnny Campbell rock him and then knock him out. I've seen him get choked out, knocked out. Sean O'Malley beat the like. I don't know if he should be a favorite over anybody in the UFC ever. He's 9-5. He's been finished every way. Because a lot of people say he's tough after that beating he took, but like all he did was took a beating from O'Malley. I don't know, man. Guido Connetti, if he keeps like how he fought Manny Martinez, he looked pretty good going into third. He throws power. I think he hits hard enough to stop Mointino or whatever. But I'm taking him as my pick by first or second round KO because Mointino, he like with O'Malley, he just presses forward, but you see he's a punching bag. So like if Guido hits hard. I mean, he kicks harder than he punches, but he can still punch hard and stuff. And man, I can't bet on this, but I got Nick said he's betting Connetti. I don't blame him on that. Like
that's the way to go if you want to do this, man. If you want to roll the dice on this. I
don't think Chris should be a favorite over anybody.
No, I totally get that. I just think this fight's gonna go past the first round, and I just don't trust Connetti's gas tank at the first.
Right. DCS said that.
I'm telling you, if you love it, do it. I think I am a degenerate gambler, but I'm not that degenerate.
I think we all are. If that's the only fight on, they're like, oh, everybody dropped out of this card. There's fucking this fight.
I'll
and like
it's the only
Miranda Maverick, we're like, dude, we're hitting every prop. You got every rod. You're like this. Yeah, that's what we'd all turn into. But let's do all right, man. Fight number 9. So we got both. I got Connetti. We disagreed, but like no bets. So it's
really just a matter of opinion right now, because there's no like real take on that fight. Like I said, I didn't really do a lot of research for the fight, and I'll admit it, because it's so low level. Like I really just don't think this card should be on the fight should be on the UFC.
If our dude Josh Stradamus was still on here, his whole saying, because I believe Connetti, I always thought he was from Italy. But he's actually from Argentina, I'm pretty sure. And he always says Argentinians can't fight. So I don't know. That was my buddy Josh Stradamus. And dude, it's been panning out like that lately.
Ponzi is probably the best.
Ponzi's a beast, yeah.
He should have won last fight, but let's not go there.
Right. Yeah, Dusan said how how's Connetti been in there so long? Right. Devin said average amount of underdogs on a full card is like 2 to 3. People just want to get lucky on big parlays too much. Yeah, lots of favorites like that, man. But you got to pick. What I do for my parlays, I usually only put in 2 fighter parlays. And if I got a parlay, I want the other fighter, my fighter's opponent, to not be dangerous anywhere. I would really like to have 2 grapplers fighting each other, and one grappler is better than the other. So then it's
like Damon Jackson and Kirk.
Yeah, and because I do favor Jackson, but I want say Cody Stamen versus Saeed Nurmagomedov. You know what I mean? Where like Saeed's gonna have Saeed or whatever, he's gonna have more better striking, and then if it comes to wrestling, he's probably got better wrestling, and then he showed better jiu-jitsu and stuff, something like that. Well, because then you don't have too much of a the standing up knockout. You know what I mean? Like if you got like George St. Pierre versus Matt Hughes back in the day, something like just something like that, where they're not gonna have danger standing up. And then on the ground, my guy should dominate if it goes. So something like that's what I usually like for parlays. But then that's how I thought the Tagir fight was going to go, to be honest, though, against freaking Elliott.
True. I just like my thing is like I want to look for a clear path to victory for a fighter. Like I don't care if it's on the feet or if it's on the mat. If I see a clear path, like I'm going for it because that's where the advantage is. But the risk is the fighter's IQ high enough to do that? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So a lot of people are like, listen, like this guy just needs to wrestle and he's going to win. And then he's on the feet for 14 and a half minutes. You're like,
and it gets clipped.
Going on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like Dustin Jacoby fighting Mikhail. He just boxed him the whole time. Didn't even throw him.
But then we found out later.
Yeah, I know. And just think like you wouldn't have bet that.
Me and my wife were like, "What? Why isn't he kicking it?" I was like, "Why isn't he kicking his legs?
Freaking out."
This shouldn't be as close as it is.
Man, that was
But yeah, like you said, we found out that his legs, both legs were hurt or something. Maybe one. I don't know.
Hey, give me 1 second. I've been drinking all this Pop and an energy drink. I gotta take a leak. I'll be right back, Johnny. You can talk though.
I will talk. Let's go down the line that I can't do any of these for. So let's see. Moitinho will definitely win the last round. I believe that, Nick. And that's why I'm picking him, because I do think he has the better cardio. He's going to be able to – I think he's going to be able to outlast Connetti. The first round is going to be Connetti for sure, I think. Whether it's going to be like maybe Connetti wrestling on the feet, however you want to see it. But once the second round hits, if he gets in the second round, I think Moitinho is gonna take over the fight. So that's just me. And then UFC card collector said, take the gun, leave Connetti. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to say don't bet this fight. Unless you're a degenerate. If you want to do the underdog, go for it, because it's probably the best value you're going to find. And another bet, actually, if you really want to look, I don't know what the over and under rounds are for this fight. I'll look it up real quick, but that could be something to look at, especially if it's 1.5.
Man, I swear I never drink energy drinks except when I do these shows like these live ones. And that stuff goes right in.
I was just talking about the over and under for the Connetti and Moitinho fight. It's 2.5. It might be a bet if you don't know who to pick. Over 2.5 is -135 and under is +105. I like the over personally.
They're both tough, dude. Muay Thai, that's a good one. That is a good one.
If you're degenerate enough to bet this fight, look at the over and under, make a decision.
I think Connetti could possibly, like I think someone was saying earlier, that he could possibly win the first and second round on power and then survive the third and win. So
yeah, I mean,
like you said, degenerate fight.
It is
for us.
I'm not doing it. But if I do want to do it, it might be the over.
Yeah. And then live bet if Connetti looks completely gassed. He said, "Take the gun, leave the." But yeah, man. We'll get into this next fight. Let's go to Khalil Roundtree versus Carl Robertson.
All right. We'll let you start this one.
This is gonna be a good fight. I got Khalil Roundtree. I actually like him a whole bunch. I missed the line on this. I bet Roundtree at -125, and now he's a favorite or a underdog. But I don't care. I think the ticket still cashes. I got 2.5 units on him. Both these dudes are strikers. I'm always gonna favor Muay Thai over kickboxing. They use their elbows and knees better. And like Carl Robertson, he's got decent grappling and stuff, but I don't think he's going to go for a takedown. Even if he does, Khalil Roundtree is going to be bigger than him. Carl Robertson was getting thrown around at 185. Like Vittori literally ran out there, ran up to him, grabbed him, threw him on the ground. He was going back and forth with like Wellington Turman. I don't know. Khalil Roundtree KO'd Gokhan Saki with the elbow to the head. And Gokhan Saki was the same glory kickboxer as Carl Robertson, but way better. Like Gokhan Saki's like a legend of kickboxing. Like they called him like the I think like the Turkish Tyson or something like that. He's from somewhere over in there. But I don't think it's Turkey though. But he just crushed people. And Roundtree was a little bigger than him and just was able to knock him out with the elbow to the head. And if he can do that to Saki, he can definitely do it to Carl Robertson. I don't know how the line switched. I don't know. I don't see how Robertson wins a striking battle when he doesn't kick as hard. They're both lefties, so they're going to be their leg kicks are going to be there for both of these guys for the inside. And Roundtree kicks way harder. You seen what he did to Modestas Bukauskas. He's just bigger, crisper striking. He keeps his stuff in. If Carl Robertson does go for a takedown, I believe that Khalil Roundtree is going to hit him with elbows and just mess him up. He hit Ion Cutelaba with some really hard elbows. Cutelaba was still able to get the takedown, but Cutelaba, you seen what Vittori did to Robertson? You know what Cutelaba would do. He'd run over and grab him, throw him down, and hawk smash him. Yep. So I like Roundtree here a lot. I think it's going to be a striking match, and in a striking match, I'm going to favor the bigger guy that hits harder. And I'm just never impressed with Carl Robertson ever. So yeah, I got Roundtree. Yep. And first or second round KO. I think he's going to be able to finish him too.
Yep, that's 100% what I got too. I think he's going to be Roundtree is going to be the better striker. Powerful. He does have really good left straights too, and they're really fast and like to the point, right to the point of contact. And Roberson, I'm just not really that impressed with him. He's moving, like you said, he's moving up a weight class. So who knows what he's going to look like with 20 pounds heavy. Yeah, 20 pounds heavier. Yeah. And he just doesn't throw, like his kicks aren't that great. He's going to have the grappling advantage, but that doesn't really say too much. Let's be honest.
Right. They're both strikers.
Yeah, they're both strikers. So
I'm calling it if Carl Robertson, because he's not going to shoot a clean double leg. He's going to try to grab Roundtree and take him to the ground.
Yeah, and
if you watch that Roundtree, even if you watch Carl Robertson versus Ryan Spann on the Contender Series, when Spann tried to take down Robertson and Robertson hit him with the elbows and knocked him out in 15 seconds, I think that's what Khalil would do to Carl here if Carl does shoot in like that. So
and like even if Roberson wants to go like wrestling heavy game plan here, I don't know if his cardio is going to hold up all 3 rounds of wrestling. You know what I mean?
I think I think Roundtree's going to tear that leg up, that lead leg, dude. He kicks way harder than, like I said, Muay Thai to me, they're just tougher dudes too. I like Muay Thai in the cage, Muay Thai over kickboxing, because kickboxers usually want their range, this and that. Well, we're in the small octagon. We're in the small cage where if they come in, I'm going to take Khalil Roundtree's elbows to the head up against the cage over what Carl Robertson's going to do. Like Muay Thai dudes are legit learning how to grapple in close, clinch, elbows, all that their whole time. Kickboxers are wanting range and distance. So I got Khalil Roundtree. I got 2.5 units. Like I said, I got the wrong side of the line, but it is what it is as long as the ticket's cash.
Yep. And then I wasn't going to bet this fight. I did like Roundtree a lot, but once I saw him a favorite, like minus 120, I was getting that Belvita vibe. Like I was telling you, like when we bet Belvita and we're like, yeah, this is a really good bet. And I was like, I ain't going to do this. And then like a day later, I looked, and now he's the underdog. I'm like, all right, now I gotta bet it. So I have just a 1 unit bet on it at plus 110, just because the line shift. Because I liked Roundtree, I thought he was gonna win, but I just didn't want to pay the extra tax. You know what I me? But now I'll take this all day. Plus 110.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, man, when Roundtree's a thick dude. Yep. He's gonna be thicker, and he's big, and he's meaner. Like, I've just never seen anything out of Carl Robertson besides them little elbows to the head that make me really like him. He'd be like, dude, this dude's good. Like, I don't see I don't know if I don't think everybody in the chat seemed to like Roundtree too. But I mean, I just don't think that Carl Robertson's going to knock out Khalil. Now Khalil can slow down a little in later rounds, but usually not too much in like these good just striking matches. So
true.
I like him. Like him and Dolce, dude, I think they're both better than the people they're fighting. That's why I took them, both of them. They were sitting at minus 125, and I took them. I think they're better than both the people they're fighting.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, and then if you think Roundtree doesn't have cardio or anything, I mean, he's been to decisions before. He can go the distance for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, I don't worry about his cardio one bit. He'll slow down a bit, but I'm not, like, concerned one bit if it gets in the second or third round.
Josh Stradamus got Robertson.
Okay. I mean, this is a card, like I'm going to say. You can make a debate for anybody, and I'm not going to say you're wrong.
Right. So, Josh, how do you like by KO, you think, or just like a good decision, or do you think he's going to grapple him?
I mean, Nick, I would think.
Dang, man, Nick's got him too. Oh, man.
Oh, man. Okay.
Not betting it. I know, dude. Like I said, when I seen the line flip, but I just, in my head, it's like
I think the value is on the underdog right now. So if you got underdog money at Roberson, you have value. If you got underdog money on Roundtree, you got value. So I don't blame anybody on this, but you know what I mean? It's like it's such a close fight. I just like Roundtree striking, and I just said it earlier. I like strikers a little bit more, but I mean Roberson's not a grappler. I shouldn't say that. So I just think he's the better striker. Let's put it that way.
I think Khalil Roundtree should be minus 190. That's what I really think that he's going to bust up.
I thought Carl Robertson. I thought the line was pretty good at one when it started out. What was it? It was minus 125. Roundtree.
How many takedowns does Carl Robertson have in the UFC?
Let's find out. I can look that up real quick. Oh, that's the wrong person.
I just think Roundtree's Muay Thai is going to be crisper than the kickboxing. Like I said, Gokhan Saki would dust Carl Robertson in kickboxing.
I just don't think Roberson's takedowns are that great. Like his wrestling's not good.
I know he reversed Wellington Turman a couple times, but like Wellington Turman probably got that to the ground. Marvin Vettori,
he's got 4 takedowns.
I know he took down
career. He took down Darren Stewart once.
Yeah.
He took down Jack Marshman twice.
Okay, I can take down.
He took down Roman, the guy.
Roman
Kopilov.
Yeah, because he busted his leg up. But that's what I'm saying. Like when you watch that fight, that was a good fight. They were just like exchanging leg kicks and stuff a lot in that fight. And then when it came down to it, dude, Carl Robertson tore up his leg. But the thing is that dude kind of sucked. And then dude,
it's true.
Roundtree throws a power. You see he blew Modestus Bukowski's leg out. Like he throws crazy power kicks. So I think he's going to be way more powerful. And when they're exchanging, I mean, if he is able to land the takedowns, then it's definitely going to Carl Robertson. So,
but it just depends. For me, like I'm okay. If Roberson gets takedowns in the first round, that's fine. But what's going to happen in the second and third round? Roberson's going to be a little bit more tired. His striking is going to be a little less effective, which is not, I don't think he's even the better one. And he's going to be sloppy with his takedowns in the second and third round. So it all favors. I don't see Roberson getting a submission at all. Even if he does take him down.
If you watch the Roundtree versus Kutalaba and Roundtree versus Gokhan Saki, bro, he throws crazy elbows like in close. And I think that because, like I said, I don't see Robertson shooting like a clean double. Like I think he's going to have to try to get him up against cage and the clinch and all that. And if he puts his head down to go for the legs, dude, Roundtree's going to elbow him. But man, that's definitely because he's not going to outstrike Roundtree. So I see it. That's his path to victory. But man, zero.
It's a tough task though.
Yeah, and I think then plus with Roundtree being the bigger guy and more powerful guy, in my opinion, you've seen Robertson get thrown around at 185. Like legit, Marvin Vettori went out and just grabbed him and just like fucking threw him down, choked him out in the first round because they were mad at each other or whatever. And he looked real small against Vettori.
True. So, and I know both guys have the same height and reach, but Khalil's going to be the stronger guy.
Yeah, and he's meaner to me, dude. Like I hope he just kicks. So I hope he kicks Robertson's leg off, man, like he did Bukowski. I had him in that fight too, and when that happened, I was like, holy shit.
Yep.
All right, well, let's get on. We both got Roundtree in that. We both got little bets on him. You got the better bet though.
I mean, only by luck because I waited and I wasn't gonna do it, and I saw it. I'm like, yep.
I thought it was going to go the other way. I really did. I thought he was going to be like minus 170 by the fight. I think way off.
I think just people are scared that Khalil is a little inconsistent in his last couple fights because he can look really, really good or really, really bad. But
usually, but he's fighting pretty good. Pacquiao, I think, is really underrated. That dude's good, dude. Like he's he's won three in a row or something. I think Pacquiao would beat up freaking.
Kutalaba's good too. I mean,
Kutalaba he'd destroy.
And I mean, he beat Eric Anders as well, so he beat.
Looks good against the 185ers when they come up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like Roundtree. So
did Bukowskis go for any takedowns on him? I don't think so.
I don't think he landed any, but I don't know if he went for them. I don't think so either.
He ain't shooting none these days. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, he won't be for a while.
All right, we'll get to fight number 10. Let's go. We got Drew Dober versus T-Rex, Terrence McKinney. Let you start this one off.
I'm going with my guy, T-Rex, Chicago. Let's go. I know this fight is on short notice and McKinney is taking this. And honestly, that does not faze me one bit. Reason why is because he didn't take any damage whatsoever against the fight in Zion. And he just had to grapple for like a minute and a half to get the submission. That's nothing. Like, he's still in fight shape. Don't worry about him gaining 15 pounds or 20 pounds and then having to cut back down. No. He's still in fight shape. I think he knew about this fight right away, almost. Maybe like a few days after he fought, he took this fight. It was really quick. So he's going to stay in fight shape. So I'm not even worried about his cardio or anything. But I know we haven't seen him past the second or the first round a lot. But I just like his wrestling. I think this is going to be the massive clear path to victory for McKinney. The value is there with the betting. I know Drew Dober is a beast on the feet. I know he's powerful. He has really good leg kicks. He's a good kickboxer and everything. But you know what? McKinney's super explosive on the feet as well. He's got really quick hands. I always say this. He reminds me of a mini Jamal Hill with his striking. He's just super quick. And if he wants to implement that wrestling, I think it's just only going to make it, it's going to be an easier fight for him. So I got McKinney winning this. I think he's going to win it early. I said first round submission. It might not be first round, but I think he'll eventually get the submission after maybe a couple takedowns, because Drew Dober is pretty strong. He does like to get up, but a couple times after he gets up, he's not going to try anymore. He's going to accept the back position. And I think that's how it's going to end. So I got McKinney by sub. I got a bet at plus 155, and I'm pretty confident. Not going to lie. I
plus 155?
Plus nice. 155. I think their sky's the limit for McKinney right now, and I'm glad he took this fight. It's against a ranked. I think Drew Dober is ranked, right? He's like 13 or something.
I don't have it wrote down, but he should be. Drew Dober's
I think
good.
He is like 13, 14, or 15, somewhere around there. I think this is a great fight, a very winnable fight for McKinney. So give me McKinney all day. I like it.
Yeah. I'm on the Dober side. I still like McKinney. I just we'll see after this one, but Dober's super good to me. Obviously we know he's got great striking. He's got pretty good takedown defense and decent get up game. I mean, it didn't look good against Islam Makhachev, but, I just think that it's going to look a little bit like the I always keep wanting to say Aaron Hernandez, the Alex Hernandez fight, where Alex Hernandez tried to shoot a couple takedowns, but Drew Dober was able to stuff them. But I mean, McKinney's got way better striking, but I just see it like that, like McKinney probably getting a couple takedowns in the first round, getting some control time and all that, and Dober working, because Dober's got a hard head too.
Yep.
And then if McKinney starts slowing down any bit like Alexander did, like McKinney did kind of a little bit against Sean Woodson, I can definitely see Dober getting the finish, because Dober is dangerous, dude, and he puts a lot of pressure on you. So if you start slowing down, he puts a lot of pressure on you. But I don't like the line. Like, I think this should be like a pick'em fight. And
I never know. I think the extra value on McKinney is only because it's short notice. If it wasn't short notice, if everybody had a full camp, I bet you this line would be a pick'em.
Yeah, and it's moving that way. And I don't have no bets on this or nothing. I don't have any bets on this, but if I get out to Reno and it's like a pick'em, then I probably will go with Dober. Dober's proven he's tough. Like that fight with Riddell he had, dude, was a beast, but Riddell was able to land a couple takedowns. But Dober hits so hard, dude. I mean, he hits real hard. He's got a hard head. He's got decent takedown defense. But man, McKinney looked real good last fight. So it's like,
and that's the thing. Like, McKinney has won a lot of these fights super quick. And it's hard to gauge how good he is because he's won these fights so quick. So we don't really know how good his striking is over 3 rounds, how good his wrestling is over 3 rounds, and BJJ. But I'm riding the hot hand. He's just impressing me in every other fight. And there's a clear path to victory for me, and it's get Dober to the mat, and I think it's going to be game over after that.
Right, and it's been proven. I mean, in the Beneil Dariush fight with Dober had him rocked and almost finished, and then
and that's a good
Dariush
comparison.
was able to take him down and submit him in that second round. So, and Dober, that is his kryptonite. So and I do believe, I mean, that might be another live betting spot because T-Rex is going to win that first. I don't think he's going to, I mean, Islam couldn't even finish Dober until the third. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think T-Rex is going to finish him unless he strikes better, though. He could catch Dober, but you see how T-Rex looks after that first round, after, you know, putting in some wrestling, after some striking and stuff. And if he looks fresh and he took that first round, still looks fresh, then you probably throw some extra money on him. But if Dober looks fresh, stopping some takedowns already, and it's only going to be a striking match, you got to favor Dober in that. True. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and honestly, I'm looking through Dober's record. I don't think he's been KO'd.
No, I don't. I think he's only been submitted. I think Dariush submitted him, and I think Islam submitted him. But other than that, dude, and I mean, he's got.
I mean, McKinney has the power to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's going to take a little bit more than just getting him to the ground and submitting him. I think that's the easiest way to do it.
Yeah. Dober's a veteran, man. He's got 34 fights, and a lot of them's in the UFC. So,
no,
I mean, I don't see it going. What?
I was gonna say it's definitely a step up in competition for McKinney, and I'm excited to see how he's gonna go against Dober here. But man, this is such a winnable fight for him. Even if he just needs to stick to the game plan of wrestling. I think he's gonna win this fight. But it just matters on what is the fighter gonna do that. But we'll see. I mean, this is a very good fight, very close fight. I like the value side, like I said. I'm not saying the short notice is going to play a part. I don't think it will at all. McKinney's young. He's fine. He took this fight, like I said, I want to say it was like 3 or 4 days after he fought. So he's already in shape.
Right. I agree. It definitely, man, plus 155. I cannot blame you on that. And he could hit. You might even wanted to put 1.5, 2 units on that, because if that does hit,
one, but I'm just a 1.5 unit guy.
Hey, man, it's all about money management, dude. That's what all the betting's about, and that's good. That's good.
Yeah, like I said, this is gonna be this is one of my fights that I'm really looking forward to, and not just because McKinney, because he's my guy. This is gonna be a really good fight overall.
Right. Yeah, man, I think it's all going to come down to cardio. Because like I said, if Islam didn't finish him that quick, I can't see T. And if he does, then this dude's the real freaking deal, dude. The real deal.
Yeah, if he can go like 2 rounds at least, McKinney, and finish Dober in the late second, early third, this guy, sky is the limit for him. I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to be headlining a main event fight card in 2 fights after that, probably.
Right. Herb Dean.
He might even be close to being ranked if that's the case. Give him one more win and he's going to be ranked after this.
Yeah, fight. If he gets another explosive. Right, because Fervola's good. He's got that win. Ziam's pretty good. You know, they're all fringe 15, and then, I mean, Dober's 15. If he beats Dober and he beats them 3 people in that amount of time, he should be 15. Ranked
at least 15,
at least.
Yeah.
You know, man, I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom again. It's crazy.
Dang, you're going,
dude. It's I drink these little energy drinks, man, and it's literally you gotta go to the bathroom.
It goes right through.
Yeah, man.
I'm drinking my energy drink as well.
There you go. And then you just don't break the seal, huh?
Nope.
Let's see.
No, if you have to go though, I can go over the chat a little bit.
Yeah, do that. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, no problem.
That's why it's good to have another good host on. I'll be right back.
I can't click on the screens and get them up there, but yeah. Let's see. Nick, I believe he's the real deal. I think if you're talking about McKinney, I think he's the real deal as well. I think I like his striking. Like I said, I think he's like a little mini Jamal Hill, and I don't know, his striking is super smooth and crisp, just like Hill, and his wrestling is really good too. He showcased it last fight. So I know Ziam's not the greatest, ground guy by any means, but he made it look easy, and he should have made it look easy because that's how he was going to win that fight. But let's see. Yep, he overcame death twice. He had a rough background in Chicago. That's what Chicago will do to you. I mean, it's all gangs and all that stuff. What you hear on the news, it's 100% true. I don't live in Chicago. I live near Chicago. So there's a lot of like shootings and all that stuff. Like, trust me, it's bad up there. So, I mean, I'm glad he like got his life together and he's not doing like drugs or anything anymore, or gang or whatever he was doing. So it's good for him though. Devin says first round sub. So to be 2 KO or so be 2 KO, 2 sub first round. Yeah, I can see a first round sub here as well. It's going to be a little bit tougher than last fight, obviously. I think Dober does not like to accept bottom position. He has a good get-up game, but after like maybe 1 or 2 takedowns, I think he's going to be a little bit easier to hold down. Because I do think Dober will be a little bit bigger. He's a little wider framed guy. So it's going to be a little bit tough for McKinney to keep him down. But his technique's pretty good, so he might be able to keep him down the first time. So we'll see. Nick said, get yourself a piss bottle, Cody. I don't know if you heard me or not.
What's up?
I said, Nick Alexander said, get yourself a piss bottle, bro.
I know, right? I just plugged in my phone charger too. I know. Hey man, I got like a baby blood. You should see me if I ever drink, dude. I'll break the seal one time. I'll go.
Well, I mean, I'm going to see you in a couple weeks. So
yeah, man. UFC
Columbus.
2 weeks away. It's going to be awesome. If anybody here, by the way, in the crowd is in the chat is going to that UFC, let us know, man. You guys can.
Yeah, we can meet up.
We're gonna do a little show.
I'll buy beer. That's fine. I love beer. Let's go.
Another thing too is if like me and Johnny, we're our when we do our lives, man, this is gonna be spots come. Like if you guys start your own page, channel, anything, come here and talk to us and we'll put up your name, your comments, all that stuff, and let people know, man, to go follow your stuff.
Yeah.
Ours would be the 2 good live shows to go to for that.
I mean, but, me and Cody started our channel about the same time. So
yeah,
we're just trying to get people going. If you want to start your own channel, fantastic. Let's go.
We'll help promote it.
We'll help promote. I mean, for us, both of us, Ron helped us out. Capper Comparisons. If you ever go check him out, go do it. He helped us out a bit too. He showcased our picks. It's fantastic. So it's great. Like
everybody's got to help everybody because, like I said, man, I go to other pages sometimes and they don't want to read it.
Yeah, and like they'll respond to you and stuff, and that's great. But they don't come to your page, and it's fine. They're probably busy. I get it, but
right? Yeah,
smaller guys, man. Like small businesses, promote the small businesses, man.
Exactly. Help me help you.
Exactly.
So we'll move on. We'll go to fight number 11. We got Alex Caceres for Sadiq Youssef. It's gonna be a great fight, man.
Good one.
I see, to be honest, maybe besides jiu-jitsu, I see Sadiq being better everywhere in MMA. He's more explosive, he's stronger, he's got better striking to me, more powerful striking, better wrestling. He's got pretty good BJJ. You've seen him rolling around with on the ground with Feely, Andre Feely for a while and stuff. Sadiq Youssef's really good. I actually backed him really big against freaking Arnold Allen. When Arnold Allen beat him, I was shocked, man, that Arnold Allen beat him. But he looked good. But yeah, man, I think Sadiq he could find a finish. Caceres is really hard to finish, but I think he at least gets a decision. I mean, I think Caceres got pretty lucky last time against Sunyoung Park or whatever his name is.
Choi,
yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
Because he was getting beat up. I think he kind of gassed a little bit after watching. I had him in a big parlay too, man.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not betting against Alex Caceres anymore because he's a wily veteran, man, and he could pull out. He could catch Sadiq Youssef. You know what I mean? Sadiq's been dropped a couple times. He could catch him. He could catch him in a submission. So I'm gonna stay away from this at the price, but I like Sadiq to win. Like I said, I think he's better everywhere. Alex is good, journeyman, great. He's like won 5 and 6 in a row, but Sadiq's a real prospect to me. So
yeah, I got Sadiq. I think I have him. I don't remember if it was by decision. I think I want to say by decision, but yeah, I got Sadiq. I think he is better everywhere. I don't see this fight going to the mat by any means. Caceres does have slick. He's just a crafty veteran, like you said. So he has slick submissions. He has a kind of an unorthodox style of striking, but I think Sadiq, once he figures it out in the first round, I think he's going to take over the second and third for sure. And the first, I still think he can win the first round as well, but he's more powerful. He has a great chin. I don't see him getting finished. I think this fight is going to go to decision, but I think Sadiq is going to show the world that he's an up and coming prospect in this division. I think he's that good.
He really is.
Yeah, and I love his striking. It's super slick. He's powerful. He's fast. He has good combos to the body. I don't see how he loses unless it's something fluky like the Choi fight. Like he just gets caught in like a rear naked choke all of a sudden and he loses. You know what I mean? But I mean, you can't put it past Caceres to do that though, because he's done that. And he's on a 6-fight winning streak. He's in a groove now. It took him forever. He's 33 years old, but he found his groove and he's looked really good in those 6 fights, like not to mention. So
low level guys though.
True. But Choi was a very good win. That was an excellent win. Very good win.
I think Sadiq works Choi over pretty easy.
I think so too. I'm striking for sure.
I'm with these guys where he said Bruce Leroy be wider. I'm with a lot of these guys that have Youssef, because to be honest, I mean he's better everywhere.
Yeah, I got Youssef in a parlay, a 3-fighter parlay. So I'm going for it. I think he's one of the more confident picks of the fight card, if you want to say.
I threw in like kind of like a Hail Mary parlay for me, like a $50 one.
Okay.
And I think I got 4 or 5 fighters on it. Like him, Ankaliev. I'm gonna put it on my thing, but it pays like 4-1 of
Yadong as well.
Yeah, Song Yadong, Miranda Maverick, Ankaliev, and Sadiq. I think it's just a 4-1.
No, that's
no. I threw Pereira on it too. I made a 5.
Oh yeah, okay.
But yeah, man, I'm with you. I get nightmares with Caceres because he wrecked a pretty big parlay of mine that last one. And excuse me, and I know he's a sneaky guy, so it makes me not want to lay a lot of money on Sadiq, but I really do think he gets it done. And Jan,
I wouldn't lay like a whole bunch of chalk on him, but I think he's a solid parlay piece, and there's not many this fight card to lay down on for a solid parlay. So
it's tough. All the fight, I think coming up, there's one.
Yeah,
I mean, even Ankaliev, man, that line's getting out of control.
Yeah, I mean, I have him in one, but we'll get over that.
Here's one for the chat for you.
She is my wife. Her name's Mia Has Diggles. Go check out her YouTube page.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah,
there you go.
Yep, I'm subscribed.
If you love beauty, makeup, lifestyle, just go for it.
Yep, check it out.
It's 2022, guys. So
we got more subscribers than both of us, man. So Dober, Yadong, Song, Ankaliev, Magomov, not feeling the Dober though.
Dober would be the one that I'm worried about because I'm high on McKinney though, but that's just me.
I think to answer the other question, I think that line's going to go down. I think it's going to be like even money at the end. I think Dober might be. Yeah, I think Dober might be minus 130. He's already minus like what?
Is he 170?
170,
180, somewhere in there.
170.
If he gets down to like 130, that's a good bet. If you were on the Dober side, yeah, I mean, I'm just on the McKinney side. So, to me, no.
So we're kind of split on that. But like I said, if Dober comes or this is a fight, man, I'm going to know a lot more after this about McKinney and Dober, both of them. Because if Dober can't stop the takedown on this, he's done.
I was gonna say, who knows though? Maybe McKinney finishes him in the first round again. So we'll never know how good McKinney is, other than him finishing in the first round.
Yeah, and
which is great. You can't knock a guy for finishing somebody in the first round. I mean, I
was shocked with the Ziam one. I thought Ziam was gonna get dominated that whole round like he was, but I didn't think he was gonna get submitted because he had pretty good submission defense against like Malarkey and that other and all that, but he fucking squeezed the shit out of him, dude. That was good stuff, man.
Yep.
Fight number 12. Bruno Silva versus Alex Pereira. This is going to be a good one. You want to take this one?
Fireworks all day. I got Pereira in this one. He's going to be the massive height advantage he has. He's got a massive reach advantage. I think he is the better striker. Both these guys have power for days. So I'm not going to lean anybody in one side in the power. Can Bruno Silva catch Pereira? Yeah. Do I think it's going to happen? No. So Silva's going to have to try to use his grappling. And he does have a black belt in BJJ. I know everyone's saying that, but I don't think it's that good. He's never gone for takedowns in his UFC career. And he's been taken down, but that's not going to happen in this fight. I just see this fight, and I think I saw on Twitter someone said that he said in his pre-fight interview or something that he's going to stand and bang with Pereira, and I'm like, that's just a recipe for disaster, dude.
Yeah.
So because Pereira has a whole bunch of weapons. He has knees, elbows, leg kicks. Like Silva's more of like a kind of like a boxer, I want to say. He uses his hands more. Pereira uses anything possible. And I know he fought I forgot his name. Is it Macias or something like that? His last fight, Pereira.
Oh, Michaelitis. Yeah, Michaelitis.
Yeah. I know he's not the greatest fighter in the world, but he did stuff his takedowns, and he did have good technique against the cage. So that was a good indication that he's working on his takedown defense because he knows he can't go on the ground. So that's a good thing. I just think this fight's not going to last that long. I think it's going to be a first round. Someone's getting knocked out, and I think it's going to be Silva. And I'm pretty confident in that. This is another one of my confident picks. I think his line's at minus 170, 180 right now, and I think that's a very good value. If you even want to do by knockout, I think it's maybe minus 130.
Okay.
But it's not that much of a difference, so you might as well take the money line just in case. But I got Pereira, and I like him.
Yeah, I'm with you, dude. Everything you said. Pereira is 4 inches taller with 6 inches of reach, and if this is going to be a striking match, that helps. Then, not to mention, obviously, he's got the better pedigree. I love that. I love my dude Josh Stradamus said the Izzy Hunter. He said the Izzy Hunter.
He's the only guy to knock out Izzy. So
that's what the UFC they're setting him up for that with this because they know hopefully they're thinking Bruno Silva's going to stand and bang with him. This dude's going to come out here and destroy him standing, and then everybody's going to be hyped up, and you're going to be like, okay, well when he does fight another striker like Izzy, he's going to mess him up. He's already beat Izzy in kickboxing twice. Bruno Silva's got not even really good takedown defense, and I don't think he has like great takedowns himself. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu now, but he has no submissions on his record. Give me Pereira, like you said, world class, like best in the world kickboxer for a long time. This is pretty much probably going to be a striking match. Bruno Silva throws wide. He rips to the body, goes to the head, does all that, but he throws really wide strikes and looping, where Pereira is just going to come straight down the pipe, flying knees, all that stuff. And with that height, reach, them are all weapons. And when your weapons are better than somebody else's, unless Bruno Silva can wrestle him for 3 rounds, and Pereira's been training with Glover Teixeira now, so unless he can. Yeah, I'm with Devin. Dude, and I would be shocked if Silva knocked out. But dude, he does have heavy hands. But I would be shocked. I really think that the UFC's making this a showcase fight.
Yeah, I can totally see the UFC trying to fast track him to the Izzy fight at least once because Pereira is 34 years old and he needs to stay active. Yeah. So if he can rattle off about maybe 3 or 4 more wins real quick within the next year or two.
Right.
Just give him this isn't an easy match, but I don't want to say that. But if he gives Pereira favorable matchups, let's put it that way.
Right. Yeah, it's not a strong wrestler. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can fast track him to an Izzy fight because Izzy's destroying everybody. So all Pereira needs to get up to is maybe number 5. Because he's already beat everybody in the top 5, and he's going to continue to beat everybody in the top 5.
Right.
So, unfortunately, like 2 or 3 more fights after this one. So I'll just say 3 or 4 more fights. It's going to be him. It's going to be a great fight.
And since the fact that he's got wins over Izzy, maybe Izzy, he might not want that fight so early, but I think they can use that definitely to fast track him. You know what I mean? To get him that title fight, to be like, well, he's beat Izzy outside. He's the last man to beat Izzy, like at 185, and all that. So, man, I hope Sean Strickland, he's I hope he gets the title shot eventually. But yeah, man.
Well, who would be the next? Who's next for Izzy? Who do you think?
Are they going to make Sean Strickland fight anybody else? I don't know if they are.
See, for me, like if Strickland could have finished Hermanson, I think he would have got the title shot.
Oh, so Cannonier's next.
Cannonier. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But I think if Strickland could have finished Hermanson, I think he would have got the title shot.
I want to see Strickland versus Robert Whittaker.
Yeah.
How good of a fight would that be? Strickland, you ain't gonna have no fight in that. So that would be a really good fight. And Whittaker's definitely got more weapons. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's the only I mean, I think that's the only thing keeping this from being Pereira minus 450. Yeah. Is the fact that Bruno Silva may be able to wrestle, because Bruno Silva, that's why I bet him real big when he fought Wellington Turman, because he had actually had, everybody thought Wellington might submit him, but he had actually had a grappling match with Wellington Turman, and he said that in the match that Wellington landed the first takedown, and then he was able to take him down 5 times after that. So he does have pretty decent takedowns and stuff, but that's really not his way to fight. And like he might do that in the first round, and then they come out in the second, just like that Michaelides dude. Now he's a little tireder because he's using muscles he really doesn't use as much. And you know Glover's like Nick Alexander said, the Texter Factor. You know Glover's getting him ready. But yeah, man, that's got to be the only factor, because otherwise Pereira would be minus 450 against Silva. If it's just a striking match, Pereira takes him, and we don't know if Silva's going to come out and just say, let's do this, because he's a crazy fucker, dude. I don't think he's going to come out. I don't know if he can just come out and grapple him for 3 rounds. And if he gasses himself off, it might be flying knee time. Yep. So what's he say? Yeah, okay, you're going to be mad as hell when Bruno drags him down and beats his face. Hello, mark this fight video order. I can wreck this guy might.
You'll have bragging rights on me for sure.
Yeah, it'll be on the Discord. But I got 2.25 units. No. I got 2.5 units to win like 1.7. I didn't write that down, but I got 2.5, dude. It's like to win something. I got him at minus 165. So
okay, yeah, I got Pereira in a parlay with Basharat, so I'm pretty confident in those two.
I like them both.
Yep. I don't have a straight bet with them. I thought the line was a little too high for a straight bet for me, but I like him in a parlay.
That probably pays good too, and I like that parlay. Like I said, I'm confident on Basharat. I know it's going to be a decent fight, but he could go in there if he's as good as what he's looked, he could dominate Trevin Jones. And the last dude did. Kakramanov was beating him, and Trevin Jones just got that knockout power. But let's get on it. Fight number 13 is in the men's bantamweight division. We got Marlon Moraes versus Yadong Song Yadong.
Yadong.
I like Yadong Song Yadong, whatever, man. I like him in this fight. I think might be the biggest lock on the card. I know Marlon Moraes is dangerous. We all know everything about his striking, leg kicks, everything. He's got slick jiu-jitsu. But he ain't gonna have the wrestling to get Song down. Song's been a team alpha male forever. Song's good, man. And the thing is he's got a brick head. He's never been finished. If you watch him fight Kyler Phillips, dude, he took a straight roundhouse kick, just a straight kick to the freaking head from Kyler Phillips in the first round, dude, and it didn't even budge him, didn't even rock him, nothing. So that leads me to believe he's going to be able to take Marlon's stuff. He could even come out here and possibly grapple Marlon that first round just to get him tired. But I think at this point in his career, he's way better than Marlon, or way faster. He's got way better cardio, and he's got way more heart. Like I know Marlon went out to Tiger Muay Thai for this camp and stuff, but you can teach a little bit of new stuff. But man, the heart and chin of Marlon's gone, man. He's got that first round. If he don't lay that beating on you, you can see in his mind he knows it's over. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yep, I agree with you, man. It's Moraes first round knockout or bust here, because that's just what he is now.
If you're gonna bet him,
Yep. If you like Moraes for whatever reason, you better bet him first round knockout, because that's the best odds, and he's not gonna win any other way. Yadong Song is really solid everywhere. He's a good wrestler, good striker. He has a granite chin, like you said, and I think he can definitely survive the first round. I have no doubt in my mind. I don't want to say he's a lock, but I'm very confident. Let's put it that way, because Moises he's just so dangerous in the first round. You just never know. You just never know. But like you said, if he can wrestle him in the first round, or clinch up with him, just to tire him out a bit, just to get into the second round, it's gonna be game over after that.
Right. And even though, like, another thing, I mean, he's older and stuff, but another thing is, even if he doesn't tire, Song Yadong has just as good as striking. You know what I mean? You've seen him against Julio Arce last fight.
I was impressed. I had Arce in a bet on that, and I'm like, ooh, that looked real bad.
Yeah. Alexander, Nick's saying about Moises 2.0 because he did go to Tiger Muay Thai. So, but I mean,
okay, well, I mean, if let's say he does he has better cardio, but like he's only a 1-round fighter. So does he have a round and a half now? Does he have 2 rounds? Like, he's gonna start slowing down no matter what.
Look at them stats right there. Josh Stradamus says Song has thrown 804 strikes in his last 5 fights.
Wow.
Totally landed 344.
I mean, that's not the greatest. It's like 45% or so.
Moises is 361, but Moises can't take a punch no more, man. You can tell he don't want to, man. You could tell against Merab, like, after, I mean, he hurt Merab and stuff all that time, but you could tell, like, as soon as like Merab recovered and then put him up against Cage, he's like, oh fuck.
He's like, I'm screwed. He knew.
Yeah,
he just
like,
knew.
You could tell, like, other people, they're gonna get gas, but you can see that they're trying to get the right thing back in the second round, get their gas, come back. You know, I won this round. Let me survive here. He was just like, like he knew. Does not look good, Rob.
Like, he knew. Like, he already has that mindset. Like, if he messes up in the first round, he's done.
He's been finished 4 times in a row, right? Back to Cejudo.
I think it's 3 times in a row, but
and
yeah, 4 out of his last fights, he's been knocked out.
Yeah, and Song Yadong's
3 in a row.
Let's see. Victor, what's up, Victor, man? What's up, gentlemen? I'm super late, so definitely be watching the replay. Thanks, bro. Thanks for showing up. Yeah, man, this was fun, man. We had a lot of people in the chat. We appreciate all you guys in the chat, keeping it fun, man.
Good times. Love the chat.
Yeah, we gave out some good picks,
comments and everything.
Yep, we gave out some good picks. The chats gave out some good picks. But yeah, man, I'm on Yadong Song. I didn't put in no parlays besides that $50 one. I'll put that on my thing later. It's like a 5-fighter, but I didn't want to put in even the big favorites. But like I said, I think besides probably Ankaliev, this is my biggest favorite is Yadong on this card.
I got Yadong in a parlay with Youssef and Ankaliev, and I also have him. Well, the fight doesn't go the distance in another parlay because I don't think this fight's going the distance because it's either going to be a first round knockout by Moises or maybe even Yadong, and Yadong's going to finish him in the second or third. This isn't going to go the distance.
What did you say the line on that was?
The line I got was -250. So
I don't think and then
it's the same. It's the same. Yeah, it's the same as betting Yadong. So or Yadong, Dong, whatever his name is. I always mess it up. So
that's what it's like.
A song to my dong. Exactly, Devin. Exactly.
John, what's up, man? Thanks for joining the chat.
John.
You are too, just for being here, man.
John's unite.
Yeah. Dude, this chat's awesome, man. That's a bet. Like I said, we're gonna get to most people on here as much as we can.
Yeah.
A song to my dong.
A song to my dong. I can't even freaking say his name, man. It sucks.
Okay. Nick's saying that Tiger Muay Thai going out there, he's gotten a better cardio shape. How old is Moises now, though?
I want to say he's 30, 34.
It's like 50 fight years, though.
33. Man. He's almost 34.
Right, but he's just got so much wear and tear on him from them. He's been knocked out like bad recently. But I can't hurt
knockouts, man. Like
recently, it can't hurt to change it up. He said, check out Moises on Instagram. I'm gonna have to go do that. He's cut up. Yeah, he's always. It looks like he's in shape, but
I think the chin just gave out though because just recently he's been knocked out. Like we said, 4 out of 5 fights, and he hasn't been knocked out since like earlier in his career. So it's kind of like a Johnny Walker thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like his chin.
It's like his chin's gone, and his heart though too, because he doesn't. He's down. What it is at this point is he's a fucking great hammer and a terrible nail. He's like one of the worst nails in the UFC at this point. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, I don't know more people that anybody that's just like you said, 4 out of 5 or lost to the KO and like I don't know. Sandhagen got him. Font got him. They're tough dudes, but it just hasn't been looking good for him.
Yeah. But
he said, well, if you come here, John, you're gonna be winning all the time. Me and Johnny, we both won 3 out of the last 4 weeks. 4 weeks, and big.
And we have some similar bets, but like we don't have the same bets at all.
Nope. So if you're feeling a certain way on either card, definitely go to both of our pages because that's a good thing, man. We
both this week we're both Roundtree and Basharat, but other than that. We have
see like McKinney. After this, though, man, because I'm going to be honest. I mean, Johnny's been on McKinney. All his fights in the UFC, he's just been on him. He was confident against Firas, and I watched tape, and I thought Firas.
I was really confident, and I loved the plus money on that. I was like, yeah, all day, give me it.
Right. Let's see.
Some props are a scam. I will admit that.
James Young ain't lying, dude. They've been, dude.
That's true, but I think
the other
Yadong can finish Marias, though. That's the thing. Yeah, I'm 100% okay with that.
What's the fight? Don't go to distance. What'd you say that was?
It's minus 250.
Right. So right around the same as Yadong.
It's about the same. So if you're worried a little bit in the first round, just take the fight doesn't go the distance because it's not. There's no way. That could be my lock of the night. This fight will not go the distance one way or another. Yeah.
His gas tank just fell, but hopefully though, if Nick's right, man, what if it comes out Marlon just puts on a 3-round clinic? Looks like 23-year-old Marlon.
And you know what? I'll take my loss and I'll run.
Right. Bottom left is George Jung from the movie Blow. I put up a little bit of my personality.
Well, our bottom left would be Ric Flair.
Oh, Richard Flair. Oh, Ric Flair. Yeah.
Richard Flair.
Richard fucking Dick Flair. Yeah, man, I love
Ric Flair, the man.
I gotta even out my uncut gem ones. I gotta move a couple around because I put them up and I didn't realize how big my damn head was. So it covers them.
What you could do is put Ric Flair below Tyson, and then put the other small one below the uncut gems because your back of your seat is covering those sort of. Yeah. So that way they can see them. If you want.
I know the only thing is that the Tyson one and the freaking Israel Alisani one are different sizes. I gotta move it around a little bit. It's been a struggle, dude. That shit.
You can move the Tyson one down maybe like a inch, and then
I'm going fine. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna move that down an inch, and I gotta move I think I'm gonna move them too. These guys are probably.
I was gonna say, hey, you can get carpentry on this channel as well.
Everything, man. Everything. It's all in one. Everything. You can learn how to cook, all that stuff. Says Moises has been knocked down 2 in the last 5. He's a bit old now, but he's desperate for a win. Out of all the people he's fought lately, if he's gonna get a win, it will be against Yadong Song, but it's not that too much of a big step down.
I don't know. I mean, Merab, I'm pretty high on Merab, but that was a pretty easy win for him. I think it's gonna be easier than this one, or would have been, I should say.
Yeah. Josh wants to know how we're doing this year. I don't know. I mean, I'm up in the last 4 weeks. I won 7.8 units, 1.7 units, and 3.5 units. And the one losing week was 1.5 units. So just in this month, I don't know. And my units are $100, so I'm probably like 11 or 1,200 bucks since I started. 70? I think I'm 73 and 39 or 41 or something like that for plus 4,425 bucks. And Johnny's been killing it.
This year I'm up a little bit. I don't remember exactly how much I'm up. I think I'm up around 7 or 8 units on the year. I had a couple tough cards in the beginning of the year, but it was like I would win a lot and I would lose a lot. I would win a lot and then lose a lot. In the last 3, I won a lot. So I think I might be up about a little over 10 units maybe then.
Nice.
If you want to go on the Bet MMA Tips website, I don't know if you guys do that. I'm on there if you want to check it out. If you want to follow my picks, it's on there. I do that too. So I can't remember exactly what the website was called. I think it's Bet MMA. Bet MMA Tips.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you want to go in there, you can search like a whole bunch of other cappers and see their picks for free, or you might have to pay for them. But I'm on there if you want. If you want to follow me or whatever and see my picks. Nice. But they're also on Instagram, so don't even worry about it.
Yeah. Follow them on Instagram. Get them bet ticket stubs too, because then you'll see it live as me and him put it down, put out our bets. We're gonna post them on there.
Yeah, and then usually like during the fights on Twitter, I usually just post random crap as the fights go on. So if you want entertainment, you can follow me on Twitter too.
You see that, dude? John, he got McKinney at plus 190. Wow. That's beating. That's what you call beating live money right there.
I would throw down like 2 units if I saw that.
I see in that Nathaniel Wood one, man.
Who's he fighting again?
He's fighting Vince Morales on short notice, and I lean heavy on Wood.
Yeah, I like Nathaniel Wood. Actually, I think he's good.
Yeah, he is, and he throws Morales to slow. I'm gonna do a big breakdown.
Yeah, Vince Morales is not that great.
Yeah, he's right, dude. Is that Nate? No. The one that you probably think's Nate Diaz. That's from Fight Club. Freaking retarded right now. I can't even think.
Tyler Durden.
Yeah, I can't even. I don't know why the hell. Yep.
What's his name?
eBay. Appreciate that, eBay. Dude, there, Bantamweight and Sedan. Right here.
Yeah, he's not I wouldn't say he's a KO artist, but he has power though.
I would, because the only fights he didn't really, well, because I mean the only people like he didn't knock out was like Kyler Phillips and like what's his name, Marlon Vera, but them dudes are super tough. But like when he's fighting like Alejandro Perez or Julio Arce, like he's knocking them dudes out.
Arce is a very good knockout. I will give him that.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. I mean, he's not like. But he is for the bantamweight division. He's a KO guy in my opinion, but not. I mean,
I think he has good power. So whether it's just whether or not he gets the KO or not, he has the potential to for sure.
I wish we knew who the refs were, but I don't know if you know who they are until they walk out.
I don't think there is a way, until the fight, or fight maybe even like the fight card goes on. I don't think you can know ahead of time.
eBay's on Marlon, and earlier I put it up, but Nick had said that Marlon's looking better in better shape, so he won't have to cut as much weight. So that could definitely help with his gas tank, and I like that. So eBay and Nick.
I just think, I mean, that might add at most a round of cardio. So
yeah, that would be nice. What about the judges? Let me know who the judges are, so I can just take the worst fighter. If you got Sal D'Amato.
With this fight, though, I don't think it's going to go to the judges.
No, yeah.
So you don't have to worry about the judges on this fight, but for other fights, yeah.
Oh, John, on the other side of the Stone Cold, as my daughter would say, that's me or everybody growing up. It's Billy Hoyle from White Man Can't Jump, Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
Everybody always said I look like Woody Harrelson. And when I got that painting, I showed my little 4-year-old daughter. She goes, "That's Daddy. That's Blood Money MMA Vets." That's what she said. Crazy. But let's see, Tiger, that mofo. Dang.
Dude, I think he won that. He won that fight.
I swear, dude. I mean, in the second, unless you're giving Tim Elliott the second round for defending takedowns, but he was still getting taken, and he got outstruck. Like Tagir was winning that first round, in my opinion, until he got dropped. But
he got dropped a couple. Well, he did get knocked down.
Yeah, I was just lucky. Last that I had Agapova and what's his nuts on one freaking card, him and Tagir.
Tagir, yeah.
On one parlay, so I didn't bust a couple of them.
Yeah, I had Tagir and I had the Devontae Smith and Klein fight not to go the distance, and it did.
Yeah,
that was on the same parlay, so I'm like, cool, we're good.
That was just gonna be a freaking clinch fest like that, man.
Dude, that did not. Crazy, that was like the opposite of what I thought would happen.
Yeah. Yep, and then they both hurt each other a little bit, and especially in the third round, what's his name was getting them. But let's get into this main event, man. We got Yadong Santos versus Magomed Ankaliev.
You go ahead.
You want me to start it?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, man. I'm gonna take Magomed Ankaliev I think it's going to be a boring fight. I think this fight's going to be like
Johnny Walker and Santos.
Yeah, because to me, watching a bunch of tape, and I mean, I've watched these guys for a while. Thiago Santos to me is like at this stage in his career, anyways, the last like 3 fights, he's like with Ratchik and with Johnny Walker. He's like Andre Arlovski, the 205. Like he doesn't put out a lot of output, but when these younger dudes and stuff come rushing in at him, he'll crack them with a good shot to make them be nervous now. So like Ratchik, he was doing that in the first round against Ratchik. He was doing that against Johnny Walker, and it just makes them dudes get real low output. And Magomed Ankalaev, you can see that in his last fight against Volkan Oezdemir. Volkan like cracked him in the opening like 1 minute because I had a big bet on Magomed. And then Magomed ended up dropping him in the second half of the first round. But then the second and third round was kind of like slow output. Like Magomed was just doing what he needed to do to win because obviously he started respecting Volkan's power. And I think that's what's going to happen here, man. I think Magomed, it's going to be a kickboxing match. I don't know. Magomed might go in for some takedowns, but I don't know. Even if he gets him, I don't see him finishing. John Jones didn't even finish him. Glover did, but Glover's top game is on a different level than most. He's so smothering, dude.
Yeah.
But I see it just being like a boring, slow little kickboxing match, man. I got Magomed Ankalaev winning that. And like I said, I got him by decision. I don't know, maybe later, but I just think that they're both going to crack each other pretty good. And start respecting each other. There's going to be some leg kicks and all that, but I think Magomed is going to do just what he has to do to win. I don't think he's really going for the kill. So
yeah, I 100% agree. I actually have Magomed to win by decision as well. It's going to be a close decision, I think. It's going to be one of those where the judges are going to make it closer than you think. Right. And you're like, oh, Magomed totally won like 4 rounds. No, it's going to be 48-47 split decision. Something stupid like that. You're going to be like, what?
Yeah.
But I do have Magomed in a parlay, and I'm a little scared that I did that just because of that reason. Because Magomed's better. He's going to be the quicker striker. He's quicker on the feet. He's a better grappler. He's not going to go for the grappling, though. I think he's going to want to showcase his striking a little bit more against Santos. Santos is dangerous. He's always going to be dangerous, but he's slower. He's 38 years old. He's going to have the power there, but not for long, maybe a round or two. But I just think, like you said, I really think it's going to be one of those boring fights, kind of like the Johnny Walker-Santos fight. They're going to feel each other out, maybe 20 strikes per round, one of those kind of things. Yeah. Like total, I'm talking, like not per person.
I looked on DraftKings, and in the win that Thiago Santos got over Johnny Walker, and you get 30 points for the win. He only had 44 points. He only had like 40 landed strikes in 5 rounds.
It's
that
terrible.
Fight was terrible. Remember, everybody bet the under on that. There was like, it was a crazy number on, and everybody thought it wasn't even going to go round and half. They thought they were going to come out and go nuts, and dude, it ended up.
Well, that was the first fight that Johnny Walker like changed everybody's minds about Johnny Walker, because he was a crazy man. And then all of a sudden you're like, why isn't he doing what he does?
Right.
And then the next fight he gets knocked out. So
right. And he throws, I mean, like I said, Thiago Santos, man, he throws hard leg kicks and he throws hard punches. And I think he just wears these dudes where they don't want to come jumping in, rushing in. So, and
that's a perfect comparison with Arlovski. Like, that's exactly what he is. Like, in the light heavyweight division, it's perfect. And he could do this. He could do it for 5 rounds all day. Arlovski can do it for 2 rounds, but Santos can do it for 5.
Yeah. Because like you said, he's going to be slower. So Ankalaev, but anytime you go in to tee off on him, he can tee off on you. Yep. And I think that's what it's going to come down to. But I see Magomed. I mean, I see a comfortable decision. I don't see him getting hurt or stopped or anything.
No, I don't either.
Yeah, comfortable. What's Magomed Ankalaev by decision? I wonder. Because I bet the under. I bet the over 3.5 rounds. Actually, I bet over 3.5 rounds at -125.
No, that's a good bet.
Yeah, I think. I mean, it's going to be nerve-wracking. Obviously, the first couple of exchanges in that first round, but Magomed hasn't really been ending anybody lately. You know what I mean? And Santos definitely hasn't. So,
let's see. By decision, +140.
That's not bad at all. Maybe I should have just took that. Yeah, because but I only got 3.5 rounds instead of.
You don't have to worry about somebody winning or not, or to go to judge's decision, because we all know what's going to happen there. You have no idea.
Exactly.
So
they find out Thiago Santos wins off 5 rounds, but they found out through a DNA test that he's 3% Chinese. So fucking they give it to Ankaliev.
Well, they don't like Russians either. So
right. We ain't got no. If we had a Ukraine fighter, I'm throwing everything on them, man.
100%. Right now, do it.
Dudes are tough.
Doesn't even matter who it is. Just throw it on Ukraine. Let's go.
Dude, Marina Moraes.
But she dominated, and that was just a bad bet by me. Never again. Made the fade list. No more Agapova.
Both these dudes are the same size, same height. But one last question: At what point does Santos become worth the money? You know what I mean? Because he's like plus almost 500 or something by now. At what point is he worth a little stab?
I think he's worth a stab right now.
It's like almost a lot of the values off
plus 435 right now. I mean,
plus 435.
Yeah.
What about him by decision or KO?
Oh, it's crazy.
That's got to be something pretty nuts, I'd imagine.
Yeah. I mean, no one's gonna pick Santos by decision, but I mean, like I said, with these judges, man, plus 1,200.
Wow.
For Santos decision. If you are a degenerate and you want to just gamble that because the judges are crazy.
Right. If you're Drake throwing 275 on
let's throw it on Mazzo that has no
bearing for that bet at all. No reason.
He needs to stick to his NBA.
Kobe was like, Kobe was like, now you got to go back to making your trash records to get that money back.
Yeah, but that's like $275 for us. You know what I mean? It's nothing crazy for him.
Right.
That's what he spends on a night out on the weekend in Miami or something. So,
Josh was saying too, if we see going to the ground, I mean, I think that Maggie Mag could try to take him to the ground, but even if he does, I don't think he would get like a ground and pound finish. But if anybody's taking it down, it's definitely going to be Ankaliev. But I feel like, dude, like Thiago Santos is like a little thicker than Ankaliev. Like they're right around the same height. Like Ankaliev is an inch taller, but Santos has an inch of reach. But I feel like Santos is like a thicker dude, and he's got decent takedown fat. Hasn't really been tested too much lately. But Ankaliev could steal a couple rounds like that if he needs to.
That's what I was gonna say too. I think the only way Ankaliev will go for takedowns if he needs that round, and if he thinks he's like behind a little bit, he'll start going for takedowns and clinch up. I think it's going to be a striking showdown a little bit here.
Yeah, and he just got to protect his legs, dude. Because Santos can pull the legs up,
100%. And maybe that's another reason. Maybe his legs are beat up. He's going to go for takedowns.
Yeah. So I mean, but that's good to have in your back pocket, because if Santos, he really ain't going to be able to shoot a takedown. He's just got to take what's coming. So,
and you also have to remember too, this is a showcase for Ankaliev too. He needs to show everybody that he's contender worthy now. Right. And if he wins, I mean, he has a possibility to, maybe get the next title shot after Rakic and whoever wins that fight, Rakic and Blachowicz. So
yeah,
this is a step up for him. I mean, maybe not a step up, but it's a showcase for him, I should say. He needs to come out and show everybody like, hey, like I'm a contender. Let's go. So I don't think he's gonna, but I still think it's gonna be like a boring fight, though. Unfortunately,
that's what I'm going with, man. Yeah. Just super boring one, and for Ankaliev, because like he's got good fight IQ. He knows what he's got to do to win this, and I think he's gonna do that. You've seen him do it in a lot of fights already. Nikita Krylov, Volkan, the list goes. I mean, I can think of some more where he just did what he had to do to win, except the Paul Craig fight. Tapped out with 1 second left, man.
Dude, that he'll probably never forget that fight too.
Right.
It's almost like when Jimmy Pickett just got submitted by Dawkins. Like it was 1 second left or something. Like, dude, your corner should be screaming at you. Like, don't do it. Like, there's 1 second, you will win. And he's like, nah, I'm out.
It's like Jamie Pickett. Jamie Pickett a couple weeks ago, man. I don't know. Maybe I guess when your life's like leaving, you're just like, fucking don't kill me.
True. I mean, I think I want to almost blame that's a corner mistake than the fighter mistake, because if your corner's not yelling out how much time you have when you're in a submission,
right?
Then because you can't see how much, you don't know. And at that time when you're like getting submitted and you're being choked, like 10 seconds feels probably like an hour. So you don't know. Like your corner needs to be yelling. So I don't know. I don't remember in that fight. I do remember the fight, but I don't remember in that fight if they were yelling or screaming at him. But I feel like that's a corner problem and not a fighter problem, especially with 1 second left. So
1 second. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Like, especially in the whole fight. John, he said anyone think it's possible for Thiago to have a John? Not after his 2 knees are gone. It's been about 3-4 years since then. I think he beat John Jones. I'm not gonna lie.
So
I think
too,
Dominic Reyes and Thiago Santos both beat John Jones, but
he was the UFC, Connor at that time. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna get the easy, judges pre-written scorecards, if you want to say.
Right. And then what Josh Adamas said, though, since his 3 fights past the blown knee, that he's landed, he's thrown 62. Santos throws 62 leg strikes with 37 landed, and that Ankaliev only throws 7 with 7 landed. I mean, Santos tears the legs up. So
yeah.
And Ankaliev, I mean, he bounces around and stuff, but he can be heavy on his lead leg. He kind of almost has like a karate stance. So
yeah.
That's what you would want to do, is tear his leg up, slow him down, slow the fight down, get him not moving so much. Uncertainty said Ankaliev in a slow foot pace. Yeah, man, he really is. He's slow pace. Like
he does.
Not in the Kutalaba fight, but there was
I was gonna say he picks his opportunities very well. Like he chooses when he wants to. He's not always fast paced. He'll like choose when he wants to be, but he has the speed advantage by far, though.
And if he has to fight like a dog, he can.
Yeah.
But like for the most part, he's so technical that he wants to fight you from range and just pick you apart. And that's the smart thing to do: hit and not get hit. Yeah. And if he needs to, he can wrestle. He's got Dagestani wrestling. So yeah, man.
He just favors his he favors his striking a little bit more than his wrestling.
Yeah, which is weird. That's how good his striking is. Yeah, he's got good head kicks and all that. So man, he's got all good everything really. But like I said, I feel like they're going to exchange some punches and stuff in the first round. Both feel each other's power, and it's going to go to Ankaliev picking them apart as much as he can. I mean, unless Thiago Silva comes out like some savage and just was like, I'm not fighting boring again, I'm gonna go for the kill, and does that, then maybe.
That's true.
But I don't really see that. I
don't either, because that's not his game anymore. He knows how he has to win, and it's going to be dragging this fight into the later rounds, whether it's going to be by a knockout from him or a decision. Hopefully he wins. You know what I mean? He's not the old Santos as when he was younger, where he was just nasty. You know what I mean? Right. Yeah. And like when he knocked out Jan Blachowicz. I mean, like I said, beat John Jones. Yeah. I'm with you, man. I got I got him in that 5-fight parlay. Like I said, it's Miranda Maverick, Magomed, Yadong Song, Sadiq, and then Pereira. And it paid like what was it, 4 to 1? So $50 wins me 200. So, and I usually don't do that, but I did it just to put in like a little Hail Mary parlay. Yeah, I like it a lot. Those fighters should win. Yeah, they should win. They all have. I mean, it's not; those aren't coin flip fights. Like the fighters that you pick should win.
Right. Uncertainty. I don't know.
It just depends for me. Like, is Ankaliev going to be in trouble? Does he need the takedowns? Is his legs too beat up? I think he's going to want to test his striking with Santos. And if he's not doing good, I think he will go for takedowns. Something like that. But if he's doing good on the feet, no, he's not going to go for a takedown at all.
That's exactly how I feel. I think that
it's like plan B, if you want to say.
Yeah, I think he's going to want to pick him apart on his feet, and he's a striker first. I know he Well, actually, Nikita Krylov kept initiating the grappling in that, but if it comes down to that, though, it's definitely in Ankalaev's favor, the grappling.
100%. That would be the easiest path to victory for him.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's what I got. I just took the over 3.5, and then I got Ankaliev in that little parlay.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I got Ankaliev in that 3-fighter parlay with Yadong and Youssef.
Yeah, I like that. It seems safe. I mean, like I said, I really like Youssef. I really like Yadong Song. They're fighting scary guys, kind of, but it's like they're scarier. So, but It's weird to call Alex Caceres. I used to fade him every chance I got, dude, and now to call him kind of dangerous. But
he's a wild card now. That's the thing. I wouldn't say he's scary. He's just a wild card. You just don't know what you're gonna get. And lately, he's been coming up, aces right now. So, but he's crafty, man. He's good.
Them knees, though, yeah. Santos, but I mean, his knees looked up to hold up in the last couple fights. I mean, he took some leg kicks from Ratchik and Walker. Yeah, but like Josh Adamas was saying though, Ankaliev only thrown like 7 kicks in his last couple fights. So I'll give the kicking definitely to Ankaliev or to Santos, but I give the movement, the range, all that to Ankaliev. So yeah, man, we're like 2 hours and 43 minutes in, man. If you want to,
all right, yeah, we had a good time.
Hell yeah, we got all these fights picked. We got to talk with everybody in the chat. That probably adds a long time onto it, but I have a good time, man, talking with everybody in the chat.
That's great.
Yep, and we'll definitely do this again, man. Hopefully I keep getting these days off of work because sucks once I go back to work. It just sucks. But yeah, we're gonna do this as much as we can. I'm sure next week we'll do one on Johnny's channel. So
yeah, we can flip flop. It don't matter to me. I mean, I know we did it a couple on mine, so we can even do one more on yours. I don't care.
Yeah, we'll figure something out for sure. I mean, we'll
spread the love out. So
right, and we got 17 people watching right now, which is awesome. We got everybody. We got Josh Adamas. We got John. Everybody. I mean, there's been a lot of people in here all night, man. I appreciate all you guys.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody for sticking around, especially if you're here from minute 1. So let's go.
Yeah, man, and yeah, man, everybody got great chat. You know what I mean? No disrespectful, nothing.
Yeah, good comments, good engagement. Let's go. That's what we want.
Like I said, the last thing, follow johnnyKpicks, subscribe to his channel, subscribe to his wife's channel.
Yep, Mia has diggles.
Yep, go to his Instagram and all that. And yeah, man, everybody, like I said, if any of you guys that watch this ever, you guys start a page, you guys start a channel, any of that, let us know in the chat, man. And come in here, give good advice on the fights, and everybody's going to see it. They're going to want to go follow your stuff, man.
Yeah, don't be shy.
John said, bet the house on Fletcher. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
You're right.
I'm joking.
He said, I do my set. Yeah, when I'm at work, I can do my stuff. When I'm at work, I can do like I just won't be able to do a live show, but I can do my tape study and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's what I do too at work. I work at a desk, so I'm at a computer. So when I have off time, I just do my research there as much as I can. So
yeah, that's how, because I build trucks. I build the navigators and expeditions. I seal them. I do the paint. I'm in the paint department. So can't do too much. Otherwise, you guys' trucks will be leaking out. And I know you guys are all going to be buying these navigators after you win all your money from listening.
100%. I can't wait to spend $80,000.
Bitches and boats, dude. Yeah. Keep coming to our channels. You're going to have bitches and boats by the end.
That's right.
But yeah, man, I had a great show. Thank you guys, everybody, for being in the comments.
Thanks for coming on, everybody.
Yeah, and look for all our shows. As a matter of fact, I got to go watch your Best Bet show right now. I seen that last night, but then today I had to get a haircut, do this, and I didn't have to watch it. I'm go check that out.
Hey, everybody has a life other than YouTube MMA, so I totally get it. Trust me.
Right. I'm about to go there though, and yeah, man, I'm gonna have my best bets out either tomorrow night or my official bets tomorrow night or Friday. So that'll be everything. Jordan, thanks, man. Thanks for being here with us, Jordan. Uncertainty, thanks, man. John, thanks.
Yep,
small bet on AJ. Hey, I can't blame you on a small bet on AJ. I can't.
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, the price is right. Even a half unit's fine. Do it.
Hey, man, we had a great night with all you guys, and we'll see you guys again next week, man. Everybody have a great one, man. Later, Johnny. Have a good night, too.
Yeah,
all you guys have a good night. Later, guys.
Bye.